everybody. How's everybody doing today? I know that the audio was doubled. My thing is scuffed, but the audio should not be doubled for like the rest of our streaming activities today. Let me know if you guys can hear the music. I just got, you know, don't want it to be too overpowering, but I have a little chill beat because we're gonna have a nice time. Nice time down memory lane. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dan. How are you doing? All right, guys. Are you guys excited? Are you guys to hear all the things that I've been... Are you guys ready to hear all the things that I've been keeping from you all these years? Hopefully recording does not break my computer as well. I'd like to record this for later. All right, before we start, I need to mod the mods because some of the mods are not modded. And then we can just get into it. Let me know again if the music isn't too loud. Yes, very chill piano. Chill beats. Chill piano beats. You beat your keyboard. But yeah, I hope that isn't too loud for you guys. I just wanted a little something in the background. I feel like otherwise it would kind of be a little awkward. Like it would just be me sitting here and talking in silence. But thank you everybody for coming so far. I want to give time too for people to, you know, see the title, which is obviously very overdramatic. And be like, oh, what's going on? Somebody's exposing Cal? Cal's exposing herself. Oh boy. And so, yeah, I hope that you guys will have fun today. We have a couple things on the agenda. Really, we only have one thing. I made a little PowerPoint presentation at 7 a.m. Because funny story about this, okay? I didn't realize that it was my YouTube channel's anniversary because YouTube does not tell you. Like, they don't send you an email or anything being like, hey, like, it's your birthday. Like, they don't actually send you anything. So I didn't know until I looked at YouTube Studio last night and YouTube Studio was like, happy birthday. And I was like, wait, what? So I clicked on it and then it disappeared. And then the notification went away and nobody ever saw it again. And so, yeah, it was so weird. It was just so weird. It was so weird how it was there and then suddenly it was not there anymore. Do you guys like my Neo pin? I feel like there's gonna be at least one person who sees like the title in the thumbnail and thinks that I'm announcing that I'm voicing Neo in RWBY Volume 9, which I'm not. I just like her. Maybe a little bit too much. A little bit too much, to be honest, but yeah, I have my little Neo pin right here. So yes. All right, guys. Oh my God. Does anybody in the chat remember the pink profile picture? Like, I'm just wondering, like, if anybody is like from that long ago that you would remember the pink one. Does anybody remember the pink one? Or do you guys just remember like the blue-haired one? A lot of people probably would remember the blue-haired one. That was a little bit more recent compared to some of the other profile pics. I'm just curious because I do have a chart. I have a chart of all the profile pictures later. So you can like, you know, you can look, basically. You can, like, look and decide, like, are you OG Calxiyn? We'll do a little quiz, okay? We'll do a little quiz and find out who is OG Calxiyn and who is a fake fan. Who is a fake fan? How long ago was that? A long time. Very long ago. The blue one wasn't. It was like when I had my blue hair, somebody made me that, so that wasn't that long ago. The pink one was like ancient history. Like you would not remember unless you were here like from the very beginning of the channel. So I think that without further ado, I have stalled long enough and we can start. I have not done this before, by the way. The PowerPoint is in OBS. So this is gonna be interesting. It seems to be going to the one that I wanted to. So how it all began, guys. This stream is gonna be very narcissistic, by the way. I'm literally just talking about myself for the next, like, I don't know how long, however long this is. So I hope that you like me well enough that you decided that you want to listen to an hour of this, but it's also like some people don't know any of this at all, so I feel like that, you know, it's kind of cool, because, you know, some people subscribe to us just for like one thing, for Ruby, or Hell of a Boss, or Has Been Hotel, or Miraculous, right? And like, some people, I feel like that if you follow us for Ruby, you probably know Hunter and I a little better. But as for me, like, there are probably people that, like, they have no clue that I've had my YouTube channel for 10 years. Like, they have absolutely no idea how many phases I've been through, how long I've been doing this, and what I've been doing, so. We're gonna start here. So I'm also going to, what I'm gonna also do is, like, expand a little bit, and then put it back. So you guys can see, that is a picture of little baby Cal playing Kingdom Hearts 1 with my dad, and that's very important. Then there's my grade 8 graduation is the picture in the middle, with the Last of Us like special edition box. And then the last photo is my headshot from when I started acting. And so I'm going to, and so now that you guys know the context of all the pictures, Faded doesn't have mod power, hold on. Okay, so now that you guys truly have the context of all of the pictures, let's go through. You look like a Disney character, The Journey. I love your Kingdom Hearts reaction videos. You are so adorable and bubbly. Well, that's actually a very nice segue. Good job, chat. You guys did the segue. I didn't do it. You guys did. Kingdom Hearts is kind of basically how it all started, you know? Oh, the music stopped. Okay. Ooh. This is gonna be a very emotional time. So, yeah, Kingdom Hearts is basically how everything started. I don't think I played any video games before Kingdom Hearts. Like, Kingdom Hearts was the first video game I had. And if you guys have watched my, like, Why I Love Kingdom Hearts video, I explain this a bit more. But my uncle actually was the one that got the PS2 and got the game. And I loved it so much, like, after going to my cousin's house, I was like, we gotta get this. So, as far as I know, it was my dad who bought the PlayStation 2 and like all of the games and all of that stuff. And so that's kind of like how the love for video games started. And that may like, I don't want to say surprise people because I do cover games as well, but like again, a lot of people think of, you know, Calxiyn and they think of Ruby. So how do we get to Kingdom Hearts all the way to Ruby? Like that's sort of, you know, where we're going. That's where we're headed. But you guys can also see that because like I, you know, started to like games and stuff, I have The Last of Us. That was my grade 8 graduation picture. Like that was the picture that you send out to the family. You know what I mean? Like it was so important for me to pose with this copy of The Last of Us that it was that's my grade 8 graduation like dress and photo and everything. And I remember too, because and here's why I think we posed with it, right? Because I had gotten my hair done in the mall, and like, you know, like when you have a special occasion, you go to the mall and they do your makeup for you and everything. Like that's basically where I had gone that day. And on the way, there was an EB Games, and I was like, well, this is a long shot, but I actually really wanted like the special edition of The Last of Us, and I doubt they have any because it was pre-order. So we went in, and this guy, he basically was like, hey, yeah, like this isn't picked up. Like the guy called, he doesn't want it anymore. Like, do you want it? And we were like, fuck yeah. We did not say fuck because I was in elementary school, but we were like, fuck yeah. And so it was kind of just like fate. You know, it was sort of like a weird twist of fate that we were in the mall that day and we happened to pass by, and somebody also just happened at the exact same time to cancel their pre-order of The Last of Us and not come get it. And so I thought that like destiny. And I remember the next day after that, like, you know how you have like a graduation party? I don't think that I was in the dress by that point, Dan. It may be possible. I don't know. Possibly. Oh gosh, I totally forgot what my train of thought. Oh yeah, like your class, you have a graduation party the next day. Like you don't do anything, you know what I mean? Like you go in, you like play games and whatever. I like skipped half of the day of my last day of grade 8, right? This is like the transition into high school. So like that's the big step, right? Like we don't have middle school, so that's like, oh, you're going into high school. It's like the big thing. And I spent like the morning, I skipped class and I played The Last of Us for the first half of the morning. And so that is The Last of Us photo. And you guys can tell like how much I love video games. I was just like, yeah, like, you know, this is the last time I'm gonna see my friends again. you know, we only were a class of like 16 kids, and we're gonna all move on and like go to high school, and we'll probably never see each other again. But you know what's more important right now? The Last of Us. So yeah, that's The Last of Us. And the reason why I put like the headshot photo is because I feel like this is all connected. Around this same time, I went to an acting workshop in New York. I was invited. I was kind of like scouted, if that makes sense. Like I was in an acting like extracurricular thing, not through school, but it was like an acting school, like a, you know, like a dance studio, but for acting. It was an acting studio. And so I got called basically to like, you know, come attend this, like, this dude was talking, and then the dude, basically recruited me to, like, go to the workshop, and I went there for a week. So all of these things are connected. I feel like all these things, these are, like, little connecting pieces into Calxiyn. So I feel like that those are the important things, is that, like, you know, I've been doing theater for a very long time, for almost as long as my YouTube channel, the video game history, obviously, and now, like, how do all those things, like, culminate together? That is the question. Ba-boom! Okay. Yay, the PowerPoint is working! We did it! Oh my god, this is very dramatic. This music is very dramatic for what we're going for. Yeah, the headshot, like, actually looked really, really nice. Like, probably nicer than a lot of my headshots, like, now look. Also, guys, like, I look exactly the same. I don't think that we should talk about that, but I look exactly the same. Like, nothing has changed. My face in 10 years... Listen, I'm just saying, okay? I moisturize. I'm gonna be young forever. That's all I'm saying, okay? I should have got a fancy cup for this. I'm just drinking out of my water bottle like a peasant. Okay. So does anybody in the class, does anybody in the class know what this is? No? Yes, I guess we'll see. So yes, this is Punchwood, and this is Paul Soares Jr., the Minecraft YouTuber. If anybody is listening to the stream right now, it is Paul Soares Jr.'s videos, his Minecraft, like how to survive in Minecraft videos, and then Punchwood. So what is a Punchwood? I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, because this is probably the nichest reference that, unless you were there, you may not understand. Minecraft's not dead, Dan. Minecraft's alive. Oh boy, will you unmod me if I say no? Yes, it is Minecraft, but... So here's the thing. This YouTuber, Paul Soares Jr., made this series, and it was called How to Survive in Minecraft. And this series was on the Minecraft official website. Like, the actual, like, Mojang website was like, oh, this guy made a tutorial for free. Let's put it on our website. And so he was like the Minecraft YouTuber. Like, you know how Arnold is the Ruby YouTuber? Like, this guy was like the Minecraft YouTuber. Like, you went to this man for all of your Minecraft tutorial needs, right? And so he had a website. And that website was called Punchwood. And this, I think, was like one of my first experiences with like what a YouTuber was. Because somebody in my class had like gotten me into Minecraft, and then I found YouTube, I think, through Minecraft. Like, the only other YouTube memories I have where... do you guys remember there was this like jump scare video, and it was this car like driving down like the street? And, like, at the end, like, something would jump out and scare you. Like, that's the only other memory I have of, like, YouTube on the internet, basically. That's the only other thing I remember, because my dad's girlfriend, like, scared us, like, with the jump scare. And so that's the only other YouTube thing I remember, but, like, those sorts of, like, viral jump scare things. And so with that in mind, right, now... I was introduced to, like, YouTube. That video, yeah, exactly! You guys know which one! If you've been here for a while, you know the video, right? Oh, man, you guys know the video. Oh, man. So, with that being said, right? With that being said, as the music again stops, I'll try to not comment on the music stopping. It's a little distracting. It's a little distracting when there's dead silence. So, In terms of like the YouTube stuff, this was my first introduction to YouTube, or like a YouTuber. I had no idea what YouTube was, and then I saw this guy and he was making Minecraft videos, and I was like, you can play games and get paid, and that's why this is kind of important, right? Because I got into video games, and then through getting into video games, I got into YouTube. That's how this is all coming together, right? And the next thing, this is KHvids.net, and some of you may also remember this as, oh god, what is it? There's an introduction, the KHvids.net introduction. Oh, what would it start with a K? It was like Kyrie, Hayner, Setharoff, I'm a fool, you're right. Because like, of the letters, each letter in KHvids, they had a quote from the game. So like the K was for Kyrie, the H was for Hayner, maybe there was a grunt in there. I don't know what the V would have been, but like, yeah, like that was like the whole thing. I don't know if anybody else. Oh no, you guys are trying to say happy 10th anniversary and it's getting deleted? That's not the mods' fault, that's YouTube's fault. Maybe they don't, I don't know. They probably don't want you guys saying that you're 10 years old. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's the mod's fault. I think it's YouTube's fault. I think YouTube doesn't want children saying that they're 10. Oh, Kyrie, Trader, Setharoff, Goofy, Sora, Roxas, why, Axel, I'm a fool, Zemnis, you're right. That was it. Cal, please, I still hear the whole thing in my head. Forbidden memories. Yeah, so KHvids.net. So the reason why Punchwood is important is because Punchwood was Paul Soares Jr.'s website. After he became a YouTuber, he decided to make a website called Punchwood. It was a forum. I don't know if some of you guys are old enough to remember what a forum is, but it's basically like Discord, except it's a website. If I had to like, you know, make an analogy, I guess. Punchwood is gone, by the way. Punchwood is gone, so that's the thing. KHV is still up though. Like KHvids is still up if you want to go see what a forum looks like. I'm just kidding with you guys, by the way. I'm not genuinely like insulting any of you. I'm just joking, bro. Like, it's fine. So as you guys can see, there is an array. There is an array of Kingdom Hearts music videos here. And I know that the picture may be a little fuzzy, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more and read them out to you. So I made these. They're not up anymore. You cannot find them, but KHV seems to remember what they were for some reason. So we have Take Me Away, which I'm pretty sure is a 30 Seconds to Mars song. This is War. No, wait. Is it? That was like Take Me Away from Time and Reason. I don't know. Anyway, This Is War is definitely, it's like, to the right, to the left, we will fight to the death. It's like that one. Realm of Secrets, I'm not sure. At the beginning, I think it's from Anastasia. I'm Still Here is from Treasure Planet. The Man Who Can't Be Moved is a song. I don't know what song it is. Connected's like, every time we stop and stumble and doubt in darkness. Like that one, like from Madoka. And then the other one is the Attack on Titan theme, okay? So this is the big secret, guys. This is the big Calxiyn secret. It's that I used to make AMV videos, all right? I had a Kingdom Hearts AMV, I know, canceled. I also had a Minecraft phase, which is why the Minecraft stuff, we're gonna get to that in a minute too. So yeah, I had a Kingdom Hearts AMV phase. And so, those were the AMVs. They are lost to time. That's not very copyright safe. So at some point I must have deleted them because they were not copyright safe. So this was like what I had started doing. I started making Minecraft videos and I started making Kingdom Hearts music videos. But like, if you look at them, okay, like not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty sure, what does that say, 600? 600 people watched my Kingdom Hearts Take Me Away video that I made on Windows Movie Maker, okay? So I'm just saying, you know, I always had talent. That's not what I'm saying. It was not Cal always had talent, that's not what I'm saying. I got a little lucky, you know? I never had really, like, flops, if that made sense. Like, I never had a situation where I had like a video with like 1 view because I was on all of these websites and the people from the websites watched the video. So yeah, I shamelessly self-promoted myself at 13 years old or whatever. When I was 13, I shamelessly promoted myself on all of these websites and they all watched my YouTube videos. Yes, Faded, don't worry, we're gonna talk about that. Oh boy. So now, the Minecraft era of Calxiyn, okay? So I know that this must have been me. I don't know if I made all of these, but I'm pretty sure I made the Spider Riders one because there is nobody else on this planet who cares about Spider Riders as much as I do. You know? So I feel like that it's probably likely that I made the Minecraft skins. So that is Akune from Spider Riders and Corona from Spider Riders. The awesome face I will talk about in a minute. Esmeralda, I may have just like used that skin. I'm not sure if I created it. So this is gonna take some explaining, okay? What you are seeing before you is a Wayback Machine screenshot of my YouTube channel in 2013. And so I will get into that screenshot, but there's no like thumbnail situation. Like there's no thumbnail screenshot. So you were calling all Spider Rider fans. I just want Spider Riders so badly. Like if there's just one thing I want in my life, I just want somebody to bring back Spider Riders and I can die happy. Until then, I will never shut the fuck up. So oh my goodness. So let's see. Let's zoom it, enhance. Okay, so listen, this is from the Wayback Machine. Also, thank you to the random Japanese person who decided that my YouTube channel when I was 13 years old was worth saving. Because this is on the Wayback Machine, right? So I think that users have to submit like the way back. Does that make sense? Like users have to submit the image of the internet and it's all in Japanese. So you guys can see actually, right? I had 52 subscribers. That is the one in the 52 is subscribers. That's what I'm trying to say. The 11,000 is views. So I had 52 subscribers at this time and 11,000 views. And the description says, "Hiya, Keyblade Masters. Welcome to my profile. My name is Calxiyn, but most people call me Cal. I think there may be Callie, Calax, or Calxiyn, the most wonderful, awesomest Keyblade Master who has ever lived. I talk a lot most of the time. Actually, all of the time. Nothing has really changed. But then the description gets cut off, so I'm not sure what the rest says. But you can actually see, there's also a story in here about King of the Web. I don't know if anybody remembers King of the Web, but I did actually try to participate and win. I didn't win. Google Translate said it was Japanese, so they may be wrong. But that's what Google Translate says. So it wasn't me. I didn't do it. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. It was Google, I swear. So, with that in mind, fucking weeb. Hi, Hunter. So, if you guys are wondering why Hunter's not here, Hunter is with her family. I know. Like, could you imagine? And so, that's why Hunter's not here. So, if we zoom back in now, we can go looking. And we can see, even though there's nothing here, like, we can't see the screenshot, we have some clues, okay? This is a detective stream now. We have to find the clues. So, the first clue is we have Slender Man, 8 pages with Seduction, episode 1. And I don't know if you guys remember 2013, but Slender Man was, like, a very popular, like, scary game where you had to collect the Slender Man pages. So, this to me implies that at this time, I had uploaded that and my sister was actually playing the game with me, which has never happened on the channel again. Which is, you know, we'll talk about that maybe at the end. Every KH fan had a nobody name. Exactly. And I just never got rid of mine. Slenderman, exactly. Oh god, Slenderman, hi Dar, Cal ARG time. So clearly I played that with my sister. That's definitely something that happened. Now, you can also see the Minecraft stuff. So we have mods and texture pack reviews. Yeah, Seduction, oh guys, you guys don't even know. I haven't even gotten into that yet, but like, my dad also played Minecraft with us sometimes, and he was like Dad Axon. Like, it was Dad Axon, Mom Axon, Dad Axon, Cal Axon. Like, I'm not even kidding. That is, that's what happened. Literally everybody had an Axon, you know? So yeah, you guys can see we have the mod and texture pack review, and I remember this so vividly that one of these mod pack reviews was like a Kingdom Hearts mod pack, so I would basically like put all of the blocks in the game out on the floor and then show off like the mods basically. The one that's in Japanese, or whichever language this is now, it's being called into question by the chat. You guys think it's Chinese, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that says, but I'm assuming that's like most recent upload or something, or like most popular, just because like I didn't name that playlist, so that had to be like YouTube generated somehow. The Kingdom Hearts music videos is kind of self-explanatory. Then we have Calcraft server survival. So let's talk about that. So what happened was that eventually I had my own Minecraft server and played on the Minecraft server with my viewers. And at one point there were like 500 people. There had to be like 100 people in this Minecraft server. Like, and that's kind of crazy for somebody that has 52 subscribers. There was a lot of people in the Minecraft server. It got a bit overwhelming for a 13-year-old to handle. And I also ran this computer, like I ran this server off of my computer at home. I'm not sure if that's safe anymore, like, to be honest, because like I had to give people my IP address, or like one of them, you know, like one of my IP addresses to get into the server. So like now I think that that would be called into question. If I made a Minecraft server now, I would probably pay a company to host it, because that was a little sus, probably. Also, all of this time, we did not have unlimited upload or download speed, which eventually my mom was able to sort out. But just imagine, I hosted a Minecraft server off my shitty internet while recording on my mom's laptop at the exact same time. It is a miracle I have not been kidnapped. But anyway, so that was the Minecraft era, is that I had a bunch of stuff going on. I had my own Minecraft server now. You know, I had leached off of poor Paul Soares Jr. I had leached off of his fan base and posted all my videos to his form. And accumulated subscribers that way, and opened up my own server so they would be interested in like hanging out with me, right? And like being part of like special Calxiyn Discord, or not Discord, Minecraft server. And then I was making all these Minecraft reviews and stuff. And it wasn't just reviews though. So I did say I would talk about the awesome face situation. You did what you had to do. I know. I'm not proud of it, but that's what we did. Perfect. Like 1080p FPS. Hey Cal, happy 10th. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I should mod Alex too. It's just all mods right now. I appreciate all the mods for coming out, by the way. It's really nice to have everyone here and just talk about it. Alex would remember this. Alex is one of my friends from Punchwood, so he remembers the Minecraft server probably. He probably remembers somebody like burning down, like griefing the Minecraft server, like my big statue of Sora that I made out of wool, and I was so sad. Like, I was just so sad. So, yeah. Alex probably remembers. We met on Punchwood, me and Alex, and we met because, and I'm just exposing Alex right now. Alex just jumped into the chat, and now I'm just exposing him, but he had a Sora profile picture on the Paul Soares Jr. website, and so I was like, oh shit! You like Kingdom Hearts? I like Kingdom Hearts, and his name was like Sora, like 867 or something. Like, it was like something like that. It was like Sora, bunch of numbers with the Sora profile picture, and that's how I met Alex. And so, see, all these things are connected to each other. Like, the Kingdom Hearts stuff is connected to the Minecraft stuff, right? This is just great. You guys just, you guys are probably like, oh my god, like, what are all these stories? What is going on? Oh my goodness. So the rainbow awesome face situation, I'm pretty sure, and I may be wrong, if somebody remembers that this isn't mine, I may be wrong. However, The awesome random face thing, originally, what was supposed to happen was my YouTube channel was supposed to be me and a group of my friends from elementary school, aforementioned in, you know, the graduation photo story, right? Like, I was graduating from elementary school. Also, if anybody is wondering, my mom owned the YouTube channel. This was not against TOS, okay? YouTube transferred it to me themselves. Do not come for me, because YouTube transferred it, all right? They said it was fine. Anyway, so that's the whole thing. So it was supposed to be me and my friends from school, but, like, if you guys can imagine me right now, but 12 years old. If that makes sense. Like, imagine me right now, like how I am now and how I act now, but at 12. Like, I don't exactly remember what happened, but you guys know, like, I have a very strict upload schedule. I'm very strict about editing. I'm very strict about filming. Like, me and Hunter, like, Hunter gets paid. Like, it's all a very very business-like situation, right? And so, I wouldn't be surprised if my friends were kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just want to play games with you. Why are you, like, turning this all, like, you know what I mean? Because I was pretty, like, we have to record on this day and do this day, and, like, you know, we're gonna be a group channel, and so, like, you need to be the personality who brings this, whereas I need to be, like, the one that is more, like, stoic, whereas you're the one that's more funny. Like, you know what I mean? And so... So, yeah, so, like, I'm sure that they were like, yeah, this doesn't sound like very much fun. And I'm sure that they, I don't know what happened again, but I made that skin because that was the skin for one of my friends, and we were supposed to be, like, the random bunch. That was the name of our group. And we were supposed to play things together and play Minecraft together. And we did upload a couple videos. My first video, which is long gone now, you guys will never find it. I can't even find it, even though I want to. But it was a Minecraft video, like, with my friends. And I remember that, like, Fraps only let you record in 30-second intervals unless you bought it. So the entire video was 30-second intervals, like, stitched together. I don't know if anybody remembers what Fraps is, but Fraps was kind of like... before OBS existed, I guess, because you had to pay for Fraps, right? OBS is free. OBS is open broadcast software. It's free. That's what I'm using right now. And so, like, imagine Fraps. No Fraps. And so that was the first one. I can't find it now. I don't know if anybody, like, has the screenshot or, like, can find me talking about it on Twitter. Like, I'd appreciate it. But, like, it was called Fraps Has Problems because I thought it was a problem that it was recording in 30-second intervals. I didn't realize that I had to buy it. And so, yeah, Alex is like, I probably was in one of those videos. Alex is like, wait, I think I remember this too. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. We've gone too far. We've now strayed too far from the path. Okay, so let's go back to Punchwood, okay? So, my real-life friends were not very enthusiastic about this whole content creation situation, all right? They were not into it. But, on Punchwood, I started to do this role play with a bunch of people, and it was called Form Wars. And so it was this, like, kid, and he, like, was writing, like, a very serious, like, war story. There was war. I'm gonna change the music because there was war. Like, you know, we gotta change. I can't. There was war. Okay, so with the war, there was war. And so it was basically this demigod and his brother was, like, destroying the world, and then we had to, like, save it. So I don't know, like, if you guys, I mean, I shouldn't keep saying that. I should, like, respect your intelligence. If you know what a tabletop RPG is, it was basically like that, but, like, on a form. It was a role play. So we all had characters, we all had character sheets, we all had powers, and I was, like, 13 years old on this website, as a Keyblade master. Basically, I was playing myself. I was Keyblade wielder Calxiyn, and that was my character. So I didn't make a character. I had an OC, but the OC was also me. So it wasn't really a character. My self-insert OC was inserted into this poor man's roleplay, basically. Cal, you make an excellent storyteller. Thank you. I will also get to that later. Cal's not quite D&D arc. Yeah, and so Alex, like, he didn't do the Form Wars, but like he saw the Form Wars. So yeah, it was pretty like intense. Basically, like, you know, like we were posting like 5 times a day, and I'm not talking about like one-line sentences. Like, it wasn't like, oh, Calxiyn hit the bat or something. Like, no, I'm talking about like Calxiyn entered a dark room. Like she could hear something like in the distance, but she wasn't quite sure what it was. As she tiptoed closer, a chill ran up her spine. Like, I'm saying it was paragraphs, and we were posting like every single second. There would be a new post, because this was over the summer. That's also an important thing to mention, is that like all this Punchwood Form Wars YouTube situation all happened over the summer. And so all of these kids, because you know, this guy's Minecraft viewers, a lot of us were kids. All these kids were home on summer vacation, and instead of playing outside, we were playing in the roleplay with the demigods, and we were writing novels like every single day and staying up till 3 in the morning playing Minecraft after the novels were done. So, I asked my friends, the roleplay friends, do you guys want to be YouTubers? And they're just like, okay, I guess, right? Because they get it. Because they saw Paul do it, and so they understood, right? Like, they understood what was going on. And so we all recorded videos together, and we started recording, like, Minecraft server stuff, and, like, Minecraft Hunger Games, and what else? There was, like, something like Capture the Flag. Like, we would be, like, you know, going on servers to play Capture the Flag. Like, not necessarily my server, but, like, other people's, like, Minecraft Hunger Games server, and then Minecraft, like, Capture the Flag server, and different stuff like that. And so we would record that, like basically games, like those servers that had games on them, basically. Do you have any games on your Minecraft server? Like Battle Royale, before they had Fortnite, okay? There was Minecraft fucking Hunger Games. I wish that we could do Minecraft Hunger Games again. Like, that was my shit. I was addicted to trying to get people in Minecraft Hunger Games. Like, I wanted to be Katniss. I wanted to win all of the time. So yeah, that was the Minecraft Hunger Games era. So all that being said, I abandoned my friends from school because they were not dedicated enough for me. And I started hanging out with the Form Wars people, and we started to record together. So with that being said, the KHV thing, not so much. I included the KHV thing because of the AMVs, but also I feel like it's important to note that, again, I was like 13 years old and I was writing these novels, right? And so then on KHV, they also had roleplay, like they had a roleplay arena, and there was this, oh my god, there was this girl, I can probably say who it was. She's actually like a pretty big YouTuber now. If you guys know who Little Janie Cakes is, I love her so much. Like, I don't know if she knows this is kind of weird, but she made such a big impact on my life, and I don't even know if she knows. So anyway, so she's a big song cover YouTuber now. Like, she has over 100K subscribers, but back in the day, Little Janie Cakes ran roleplays on KHV, and one of them was called Cupid's Brew, and it was basically like everybody got a love potion, and it was all supposed to be like psychological warfare to try to trick someone into drinking the love potion. Like, I think that at the beginning of the game, you had to say who you were gonna trick into drinking the potion, and then you had to like accomplish your mission. I think that that's what it was. I may be misremembering because it was like, I was 14 years old, so it was a long time ago. So I bring all of this up because I feel like that it kind of showcases something very important about me, is that there's like 3 cornerstones, I think, to this YouTube channel. It's the video games and the anime, like the weeb that lived deep inside of my heart since I played Kingdom Hearts when I was 7. There was the weeb. Then there was also like the storyteller, like the theater and the acting and the singing, like the creative person overlapped with the weeb, and that's like all of the roleplay stuff, all the writing I was doing, right? And so those are like the 2 semi-circles. And then there was like the introduction to YouTube as a concept in general, and the fact that you could make money just because people liked you. So those are like the cornerstones of the Calxiyn like channel, I guess, is all of the storytelling stuff I did, all of the weeb shit that I did, and then just seeing that YouTube was a possibility. Combining those 2 things together and wanting to share all of that like with you guys, obviously. So that's why I mention all this. because I feel like that the role plays were just very foundational for who I am now as a writer. Like, I'm pretty sure I probably write better than some adults because of those role plays, because we just wrote so much, and that like interests me in writing and English, and then I wanted to like become a novelist and write books and stuff, and so there was just all of these like pieces, you know? There were just all these little pieces like that. I really liked stories, and I wanted to learn how to like craft my own story and stuff because of all the role plays. And so all these things are like dominoes. No Roblox phase. No Roblox phase. I think I was too old for Roblox when Roblox was happening. Let's change the music. Oh my god, I'm choking. Let's change the music again because war is over, but I do need a drink because I'm dying. Are you guys enjoying this? I hope this is fun for you guys. I am trying to like read the chat even though like I'm not wearing my glasses. I hope that you guys are having fun because this is totally oh my god, self-indulgent and completely narcissistic. Like, there has never been anything more narcissistic on this channel than what is happening right now. Like Calxyn's entire life story. So, this is also from the Wayback Machine. Thank you to the random person in a different country that decided to save stuff. Decided to save my stuff. Because you guys can see again that it's not in English. I'm not sure which language it's in again. Yeah, it's good fun, especially as someone who's been around for a long time. Aw, you guys are so cute. It is, but it's also 6:45. Oh no, well I hope that this will wake you up. That was like, okay, so this is gonna be random, but oh gosh, I want to credit her so bad, or them, I'm not sure. But I read this Team Coffee webcomic the other day, and if somebody can find it, you guys should put it in the chat. But like, I read it at 7 in the morning when I was training myself to wake up for school, and it made me so happy that I had so much energy for like the rest of the day. I'm actually gonna go find it right now because I feel I feel really bad talking about it to like 30 people and then not crediting the artist who actually did it. So I'm just gonna keep talking until I find it, or until I run out of breath and fall over and faint. So those are the options, so I'm gonna look. It was literally like 2 days ago, like it can't be far. Like it can't be that far. It must be around here somewhere, she said. Oh god. Oh, okay, I found it. Did the mods find it faster? No, Cal, you don't understand, I haven't slept yet. Oh no. Yes. Okay, so yeah, that's the artist for the coffee webcomic. Anyway, they do other great art too. If you like Ruby, I would follow them. But yeah, so let's talk about now this screen cap. So now you can see that we've progressed in time a little bit. I have 430 subscribers at this point, though I'm not sure like what day this was exactly. And though we can't actually see what the thumbnails were, you can see the Kingdom Hearts music video, the Take Me Away music video. You can see Minecraft Texture Pack Heartcraft, which is the Kingdom Hearts texture pack that I reviewed. It's 17 minutes, geez. I was making long videos back then too. Punchwood Island episode 1, I think that that's just the seed that Paul Soares Jr. would like play on, and it became known as Punchwood because he played on it. And so again, you know, trying to get his views. That has 4,000 views, or it had, I guess. That had almost 5,000 views, I think. I can't really tell just because like, you know, the numbers are, I think, converted differently, but maybe. It's possible it had 5,000 views. Then we have Punchwood Island episode 2, so you know this was a series playing on the Punchwood seed in Minecraft. Then we have, so Faded alluded to this earlier, we have Create-A-Sim, Elsa from Frozen, and you can see that it has 36,000 views. And the Anna one has 59,000. So like, I'm 14 or whenever the fuck, like however old I was when Frozen came out. And Elsa is taking this channel, like Elsa, this channel is being built off of Sims Frozen videos, because that's something else that I, you know, may like throw in here too, is like I also made a series where I was playing Form Wars. Like, I made all the Form Wars characters and put them in The Sims. And so that's how I got into The Sims. And so I guess I decided to try to make Elsa with the base content of the game. So we will get back to Elsa in a minute, because if you guys are wowed now, you won't believe what happened to it after. Like, you won't believe what happened to the Elsa video later. So we have some Let's Plays here. Now, not all these Let's Plays did very well, at least not at the time that, like, this person took the screenshot. Like, there's, like, some 25 views, 12 views, but you can see that, like, the actual, like, some of the Kingdom Hearts stuff, you know, some of the Minecraft stuff. So I have Dishonored. I have Kingdom Hearts 1 and then Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. So I was also playing games. That's something else that I was doing, is that I was like let's playing games basically at this time. That doesn't seem to be doing very well, judging by this screenshot, but I still was doing it anyway, and clearly like I was having, you know, some fun. So then we have, I guess, I don't know, I think this is recent uploads. The Japanese text at the top, if it is Japanese. Just because, like, it looks like it's not in a playlist and I wouldn't have named that. So we have Create a Sim Elphaba. I love Wicked so much, and since I did Elsa from Frozen, I might as well. So this is me at 14 years old deciding to capitalize on the attention that the Elsa Sims video got. I had better business sense then than I do right now, to be honest. Like, when Arcane came out, I was like, man, Arcane is popular right now. I should really do that. And then I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I do that all the time, but like 14-year-old Cal had some common sense to be like, oh, people are looking up Create a Sim of characters. Make more characters. And so I went ham. I made them for like Quasimodo, Esmeralda, like the other Disney princesses. Like, I went for it, man. I really went for it. But that seems like very recently uploaded because it says like 14 or something, so it may be like 14 minutes ago, whereas the two under the Octodad I think is like 2 days ago. So 18 minutes ago, that was the Create a Sim Elsa, and then you can see the Octodad, I think that's supposed to say 2, like 2 days ago. And so yeah, I was playing a bunch of different games at this time. Dust, and Islanian Tale, I think that's that one. I had my singing stuff up here as well. And so that's another thing, is like, people don't know that I sing, even though I still like post singing covers to the channel sometimes. But like you can kind of see that like at this time, I really was like doing everything in the same place. Like I was posting my singing stuff, I was posting the Minecraft stuff, like I basically didn't care. And like that sort of like changed throughout the years. Like you guys know I tried to make a singing channel, then I decided to put everything back on this channel. So it's just funny to see like history repeating itself in a way. Like at this time, I was like, oh, but I'll upload my singing stuff here because this is Calxiyn. They're here for me. You know, they're here for me anyway, right? And like that idea sort of fell off for a while. And then now in modern time, you see companies like HoloLive, like they do that. Like Calliope streams games, but then she also posts music. So, you know, that's kind of like, it kind of came back, if you want to call it that. Like there was a time where every single YouTuber was making a second channel, but now a lot of YouTubers are trying to make their main channel like the HoloLive Girls' channel. Oh, I guess we're done. Okay, so we're done with the Wayback Machine. So again, Let's Plays Minecraft. You guys understand. This we'll get to later. I don't know why this one is here because we're not far enough. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's fine. We're around here anyway. So I don't know if you guys can tell. This is actually a clear screenshot. So first of all, these are all the icons I've had over the years. If you guys recognize the oldest one and you're that old, please post 1 in the chat. If you see the pink one, and you recognize the pink one, type 2 in the chat. If you remember the blue-haired one, type 3. If you remember the other blue-haired one that Yoli drew me, type 4. If you remember the Princess Calxiyn, type 5. If you can't type any of these numbers because YouTube thinks that you're a 5-year-old trying to tell me that you're 5, try typing it out in a different way. So anyway, that being said, I recognize all of these. Alex wins. I knew that he would. I knew that Alex would win. Dan's got number 3. That's pretty good. 5. Oh, Goron. That's okay, though. I still love you. It's fine. 3. Okay, Faded. I respect that. It doesn't matter when you came here. The only important thing is that you're here now. So let's talk about Elsa. I don't know if you guys can see Elsa, but Elsa got almost 4 million views up at the top there. That was me. I did that. I had to delete it for reasons, Kappa-related reasons, but that was me at, again, 14, whatever, 14 years old, 3 million views, I already peaked. This will never happen again. I will never get 3 million views again. I don't think that it's gonna happen. So I've already peaked at 14. You know, I've had my limelight. 3 million views this Elsa video got, and we will never see 3 million views again. Yep. Anna did kind of well, you know. 100,000 views, that's better than what's happening to me right now. And then I included Seduce Me, just because, again, you guys can't see this because they're gone, but something that I had done was that around this time, like when I went into high school, I sort of stopped playing like Minecraft and stuff, just because like, by high school, I mean more late high school. So I still did all my stuff with like the Four Moors, you know, crew and everything until I want to say maybe grade 10. I don't know. Cause like everyone just got busy and got older, you know, as it happens. And so something that I did is that I pivoted to visual novels, which is what Seduce Me is. It's a visual novel. And so I would read the visual novel and like play and react to the story basically. And so that also did pretty well, you know, all things considered. Again, better than some of my videos do now. So yeah, that's something that I had pivoted to was visual novels because I really liked the stories of things. And so I wanted to experience the story. And so do you guys see how these things are like all connecting to each other? Like the weeb is rising. You know what I mean? Like I was playing Minecraft and playing like Dishonored and all of this stuff, but then the visual novels came for me, right? And like the visual novels are all like animated. They're basically like, you know, they're like still moving shows, I guess you could say. But this was kind of like the dark times, okay? Like if Elsa was like, I don't know, if Elsa was the golden age or something, I'm not saying these time periods in the correct order, you're just gonna have to pretend that I am. If Elsa was like the golden age, you know, Seduce Me and the visual novels were kind of the dark period because I already peaked. What else could I have done? You know what I mean? Like from the Elsa video, everything else did worse because of course it did worse. Like there was no way that anything I ever did was gonna do better, right? So of course it did worse. And so I think that the visual novel thing, even though it still did well, I would say that was the Calxiyn Dark Ages. Like I didn't know my identity anymore because I couldn't play with my friends and we weren't like recording together or anything. And like I had built my channel off like Minecraft and like those sorts of like games and stuff. So I kind of like, and I fell off from The Sims because no Create a Sim video was doing as well as that Elsa one. And so like the Calxiyn Dark Ages were the visual novels, even though I did enjoy them. That's what I would consider like the dark times. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I still want to make videos. I still want to do this, but I'm not sure what to do. Like that was that time period. And if we move on, what changed? I wonder what could have changed. Oh my God, very emotional music. Okay, that's Hunter. So, you guys are wondering, what changed? What happened? You know, Cal, you went through this dark age where you were reading out visual novels for people on the internet. You know, what's going on? And so in grade 11, no, we have to go back. In grade 10, there was a boy who complimented my Kingdom Hearts backpack, okay? Yes, that is Hunter. Hunter is not the boy, but the person in the photo is Hunter. So the boy complimented my Kingdom Hearts backpack, And something else that I should probably also explain is that I was like very, socially like awkward, I guess, you know? Like very like, I don't know, I was very shy, very closed off. So like my Form Wars friends that I mentioned earlier and Alex, like they were all my friends. Like, and I didn't really get into like the making friends part of high school in the first 2 years. Like I was too shy. I didn't really know anybody. I still had friends from elementary school who went to my school. I'm not like, guys, I was completely alone. Like, no, like I wasn't alone, but I hadn't made like those friends. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't made those friends where you just have so much in common. Like I was still friends with the people I knew from elementary school who I didn't really have anything in common with other than going to elementary school. And maybe like a couple things like books or something. Books that we both liked. So with this in mind, social outcast, I mean, I kind of outcasted myself. I mean, I could talk about it. It was, I don't want to say it was my fault because I was like a child, but like Cal just needed some therapy, you know what I mean? I just needed therapy, I guess. I don't blame myself for not having friends or anything, but I'm just like, it wasn't like I was bullied or anything. It was just that I was very shy and I was very like, I was trepidatious of people. I wasn't sure about giving people a chance, you know? Like I was like, I don't know if I want to get to know this person because what if they leave? Right? Like, what if they move or something? Because that did happen to me in elementary school. So, traumatic moment, I guess. Life-changing moment. All of my friends will leave me, so I guess I shouldn't make them anymore. But, like, you know, it's elementary school. The girl moved. It's not her fault. Anyway, so, Hunter. Let's talk about the Kingdom Hearts backpack. So, this guy compliments my backpack, and I'm so taken aback. No pun intended. No pun intended! I'm so shocked that somebody would compliment me that I didn't say anything. I didn't even say thank you because I was like, somebody knows Kingdom Hearts? Like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? So they complimented my backpack and me being, I don't know, 15, I was like, I need to find this person and thank them for talking to me. Like, I felt so, like mortified that I didn't say anything to them, you know, like to that person that complimented my backpack. So I was like determined to find them. I was like, I will find you and I will thank you and I will like apologize. So that's basically, you know what I mean? Like that was basically my attitude. I was so polite, I guess you could say. Like, I was so polite that it wasn't like that I had a crush on him or anything. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it's love at first sight. I have a crush on this guy that complimented my backpack. Like, it was literally, I need to thank this person and maybe they could be my friend. So, I looked for them and I never saw them again. I don't know why they were down that hallway that day in grade 10, but I never saw them again. Like, we never crossed paths, even though, like, this was when school was getting out. So I was like, he must have a class on this floor. Never saw him again. I have no idea why he was up there until grade 11 rolls around. Okay? We're sitting in the cafeteria, me and my friends, like my two friends. Again, you know, like not my best friends, but they were my friends. They were nice. We didn't have a lot in common. But like the two friends that I sat with at lunch, right? And you know, I'm not like, I should explain this in case, God forbid, they ever see this. I don't have any like animosity, I guess. I'm not saying this in terms of like, oh guys, woe is me. My friends that weren't really my friends. Like I'm saying it in terms of like to give context. The fact I did like them well enough. You know, like, they were my friends, but, like, I hadn't found, like, those, like, best friends, like, the friends for life type thing yet, right? So then, I see the boy. That was perfectly timed. Oh my god. I see the boy in the cafeteria, and he's sitting with a bunch of people. So we commence Operation Abandonment. What that means is, on Friday, my friends pretend to go to eat without me. Like, they pretend to go out to eat. And like leave campus, like leave the school, like leave the high school. And I go up to them and I say like, oh, like my friends have abandoned me mysteriously. May I sit here and have lunch with you kind people? And they're like, okay, sure, whatever. You know? So I send my friends away. They're in on this. I send them away. They go have lunch. They go to Tim Hortons or something. Like, they go to Tim Hortons. We send them away, right? We send my friends away. We make it look as if they have left me alone. And then I go over and ask to sit with them, right? And the boy is there, right? The kid, the Kingdom Hearts kid. But do you know who else is there? Hunter is there. And so while I had sought out Kingdom Hearts kid was very nice, but like they were very shy like I was. So like it wasn't, you know, like we weren't very like compatible as friends, I guess, right? Like they were very like awkward and stuff. But Hunter was funny and like surprisingly extroverted, even though Hunter like wouldn't tell you so, right? Like at least to me. And they like told me a bunch of stories about like their friendship. Like they were just so welcoming, like Hunter and her friends, like all of the other people at that table. They were telling me very inappropriate stories about finding certain objects in trash cans outside of the school and stuff. So anyway, that aside, right? Like, Hunter was the one that was telling these stories, these inappropriate but very funny stories. And so, like, you know, with Hunter, I was like, oh my god, like, she's so funny. Like, immediately Hunter and I clicked. And like I asked for Hunter's phone number, and when like within a week, Hunter and I were like inseparable. We were like talking every night, you know, like we were always texting each other, we were always together, and then we started dating. And then eventually we broke up, but that's okay because, you know, Hunter and I are clearly still friends, like it's fine. Right? Why are kids digging through these trash cans? That's a good question. I'm not sure though. So yeah, so Hunter was just so funny and charming that I had to become friends with Hunter, right? And so this is grade 11, I think. Okay? And so Ruby, I think, is on hiatus at this point. 10th anniversary of what? Of me. Of this channel. All of us. Hunter deserves a raise, I know, right? So Hunter and I are friends for a whole year, like a whole calendar year, I think. Because I don't know if Ruby was on hiatus, but like we hadn't started watching Ruby yet at this point in the grade 11 point. So a whole year passes, okay? And during the summer, Hunter shows me Ruby because we're friends, right? And Hunter says, you know, like, you don't know what to do with your YouTube channel and stuff, like, right now. Like, because me and Hunter, we did a couple things, like, we started playing games together, but like, both of us were like, we want something more than just like doing this. So we were still in the visual novel Dark Ages, right? But Hunter was like, you know, like, I watched this show called Ruby, like, let me show you the show, right? So we watched it together. And then after we had watched, it was up to season 3. So this was when volume 4 was coming out, right? So we had watched the entire thing together. And after, I realized, like, oh my god, this is so stupid. I'm looking at myself in the capture, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm talking to 20 people about this right now, and like this video already has like 200 views because I can see it. Like, it just, the gravity of this situation and just how many people are listening to me right now just like hit me, and it made me like feel funny for a minute. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's kind of funny. It's just funny how things happen that way, you know? So Hunter introduced me to Ruby. And after, Hunter was like, you know, like, Ruby Volume 4 is gonna come out in September. Like, we should make videos about that. Like, I don't know what we would do, but, you know, we should make videos about that. And so I was like, yeah, okay, like, that sounds, like, interesting, I guess. Like, I don't know what we would do, but, like, sure, like, let's see what happens. So, as you can see, and this is one of the first videos on my channel that are still surviving, and you can still go find it, Ruby Juniper Grim Eclipse Showcase. And that video got 100,000 views. So again, you guys can kind of see a trend of me being unreasonably lucky, quite frankly, that the first Ruby video I ever made blew up without reason. Like, for absolutely no reason. It is not that good. I would argue it's not good whatsoever. to be honest. Like the Ruby, like the video of us talking about Juniper is not very good, but I guess everybody feels that way about their old content. But I would argue that it is not that good at all to get the views that it got. But you can see a trend, right? In everything I did, I just somehow got like lucky, you know, with the Ruby stuff. With Minecraft and The Sims, and then Ruby, I just kept getting lucky. So it just kept happening. And then we started doing volume 4 stuff, which I think I have a picture. And like, you can go look at this. This is not secret knowledge anymore, right? Because all of this is still like up. And so we did like reviews of the episode, even though I wasn't really a review person. Like I didn't watch reviews. Like I watched Game Theory and I watched Markiplier, but I didn't actually watch people review things. So I don't understand like where I got the format from or like what I was thinking. Like, I don't know how Hunter and I basically knew to do this. And I mean, our old format for like the analysis videos is not that good, but like, you know, we did it. We just started doing it. I don't even know why. Like, maybe it was Hunter, because I know that Hunter, like, probably did watch, reviews like that. Like, Hunter probably did watch, like, movie reviews and stuff. You guys had a solid setup with the gameplay in the background. Yeah. It was easy for folks to tune into. Yeah, that is true too. That is true too. Like that's something that we did as well, like with the reviews at that time that Dan is making me remember, is that we also played Grim Eclipse while talking about it. So it wasn't a very professional review. Like we were literally just playing the game and talking about the episode. And you guys, I mean, you guys can see like how well it did or not well it did or whatever. But like, this was like, what do you call it? Like, not the Renaissance, but like we're getting out of the Dark Ages, but we're not at the Renaissance yet. Because that's what I would consider this. Like, this is when I finally kind of figured out what I wanted to do from now on. You know, we started to make theories, even though I had only really seen game theory, right? Like, I started to make theories because I really liked game theory. We started to do the reviews and stuff like that. And so, that's kind of like where stuff started to go. Those Grim Eclipse hours, oh my god, the 200 Grim Eclipse hours that we have on Steam. Yeah, the Restoration era, thank you guys. Exactly, the second coming as if I'm Christ. Oh boy, and so yeah, like this was the restorational period. And so I have a very interesting tidbit here. All of my tidbits are interesting, but like, you know, something else. So I don't know if you guys remember this. Why do I keep saying that? I'm so sorry. It's just a filler word. It's a filler sentence for me to gather my thoughts together. I need to stop. Okay. So, I was in a social justice class at this time, right? And so, oh, what are you guys looking at? 200? Oh yeah. I was like, why are they saying 200? What's 200? Yeah, 200 hours. Way too many hours for Grim Eclipse, mind you. Way too many. So I was in a social justice class at school with Hunter. And we were doing this water fundraiser for We Charity. And We Charity is like super fucking sus now. So like, but we didn't know that, okay? We were good Catholic kids just trying to give to water. You know, we were trying to get people water. So at this point, I asked a bunch of Ruby tubers, I was like, hey, do you want to do this fundraiser with us? Never talked to most of them, probably all of them. Never talked to anyone before. Just sent everyone like a big email, like Semblance of Sanity, who was doing Ruby at that time, and Totally. And I don't know, did Dan, were you in this? Did you stream with us? It was a bunch of Ruby tubers though. Like a bunch of people did actually show up, but I can't remember if Dan was there. He probably was, though. Dan's always there. Like, Dan's always awake, even when I don't expect him to be awake. He's always in the comments, even when I don't expect him to be in the comments. Dan is always everywhere. It's genuinely, like, this man just never sleeps. He's always just supporting us all the time. And it's nice. But yeah, okay, so I don't remember if Dan was there. I don't even remember doing this, to be honest. Like, I know that I did it, but do I remember actually organizing and doing it? I don't. I didn't remember. I didn't remember organizing it. I didn't remember doing it. I just know that it's there because we made videos about it. But there was one person that I emailed who never got back to me. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people didn't get back to me, but there was one specific person who I messaged and apparently did not want to raise money for charity. And that was Murder of Birds. The big RubyTuber couldn't associate with us peasants, but another peasant brought it to Arnold's attention. And you can actually see the first time that me and Arnold ever talked to each other during this live stream. Also, I'm just kidding. If, in case I had to say that, Arnold, I love you. I'm just joking. It's okay. Anyway, so you can see, I like your shirt. Love Kingdom Hearts. And then the chat is like, OMG, it's Murder of Birds. And so yeah, that was the first time Arnold and I ever talked to each other. But Arnold and I would not come to know each other for many years. Because this was, I don't remember what year this was, but we wouldn't come to know each other for many years. It was just, we were two ships passing in the night. You know, we didn't know each other, we didn't see each other, we only interacted that one time, and then we wouldn't interact again for like 3 years until I got into university. I think I was in my like second year of university when Arnold and I actually like started talking to each other. So yeah, that was the whole thing. So yeah, that is Arnold right now, by the way, like Arnold is there. But yeah, I sent Arnold an email and Arnold never checks his email. So yeah, but yeah, that Arnold in the chat, that is Arnold. And I'm just kidding. So anyway, I think Arnold donated to the charity, okay? So, you know, I was just joking. It's okay. So yeah, Arnold and I though, we would not interact for many, many years because we were just passing by, you know, we just never talked again. And I didn't watch any of Arnold's videos either. That's kind of the important thing is like, I knew all of these RubyTubers because I looked for them, right? But I didn't actually like watch any Ruby content. So I didn't know who Arnold was in the sense of like that like Kruby had reacted to Arnold's stuff or anything. And like Hunter didn't watch Arnold either. So like we didn't really know who Arnold was. Like we knew he was around because we typed Ruby into the YouTube search engine and just emailed everybody who had ever made a Ruby video to join the fundraiser. But like we didn't know Arnold and we didn't really know, like we didn't really watch Ruby content. So like we had no idea like of Kruby reacting to Arnold's stuff and like the big things that were happening in the Ruby community at this time. Hunter and I were like head empty. Like we had absolutely no idea what was going on with like Kruby reacting to his reaction and like the whole thing, right? So that being said, this is Hunter and I in our reaction era. And I bring this up just because, like, at first, we had only done reviews for Ruby. We didn't do any reactions. Volume 4, there are no Volume 4 reactions. We only started doing reactions in Volume 5. And I think that the reason why this is, like, why we started doing reactions was because we started to see what other Ruby channels were doing after the fundraiser, which is why it's important. So we were doing like, you know, the Weiss character short, we were reacting to Volume 5 and we started doing that. And so, you know, we did theories and stuff still, and we did all of that. But then we started reacting because we saw that other people were reacting and reactions were a thing. Because I hadn't actually watched any reaction videos before. And so I didn't know that it was like something that people did. It wasn't like the Minecraft Let's Play where I saw it and I was like, oh, I want to do that, right? It was more like, I don't know, it just kind of happened after a while. It just happened somehow. Eventually, like Hunter had the idea to do reactions, and I think that's because like we actually looked up Arnold and was like, oh, like, what does this guy even do anyway? And then, you know, and Dan as well. So we kind of just started doing what other people were doing, you know, with the reactions. And I feel like that's kind of like the first time we really had like, I don't know, more of a community of like people that knew us. Just because like when you think about it, like we were doing like Grim Eclipse gameplay and talking about the episode. Nobody had really seen our faces that much. And so with the reactions, I think that's like when we were able to make an actual like, I don't want to say personal connection because that's very parasocial, but like as an entertainer, we were able to make better connections because you could see our face and our expressions. And so that's when we started moving away from Grim Eclipse. We still did Grim Eclipse, but I think we either also did a face cam or for the reactions. Obviously, we started doing reactions. Just a general question. Who came here in volume 4? Who came here in volume 5? Who came here in volume 6? Volume 7 or volume 8? I'm just curious. I want everybody in the chat to answer at what volume they decided to, or they found us, I guess. They decided to start watching us. But yeah, I took some more screenshots of just like stuff that we were doing because I think it's kind of like, I don't know, it's always interesting to go back and look, right? Because like, you know, you have what if Weiss had joined the bandits? And I'm like, that's so cool. Like, that's such a cool idea. The video's probably not very good. But like, you know, that's so cool. Or like Emerald getting the lamp, I think is that Aladdin one, right? And so like, you know, kind of foreshadowing Vernal as Persephone. That's kind of cool. We made a whole video about the fish faunus. I don't know if that's in this screenshot, but we did. And so you can see we slowly started to do our format of like we reacted to the show, but then during the week we would post theories about the episode that we had just seen, right? Post volume 5 era. Yeah, exactly. Once you saw our lovely faces. So very important. I remember the bandits video. Aw, you guys are so cute. Somebody actually made the thumbnail for me with that bandits video, but I'm not sure who did it anymore, but I didn't make it. Somebody in my Discord volunteered to have made it. So, we have all this reconstruction, the Calxiyn reconstruction, but what led to the Calxiyn Renaissance? I would accredit that to a certain someone. A certain someone being the kind people that organize RTX. I'm just kidding. It's Arnold. And also, you know, everybody else that I met at RTX too. But I think that that is when the Calxiyn Renaissance, as we know it now today, truly started. When I went to RTX for the first time, right? Because you know, as I already mentioned, I didn't really have a lot of friends. We already talked about that. I did have Hunter now, so that was great. But like even in university, I was not making I wasn't making friends or anything. You know what I mean? I was still as socially deficient as I was like in high school. You know, that's basically what happened. And so even in university, I wasn't making any friends. But like, as I got to know the RubyTubers more from going to RTX and just like being on Twitter and stuff, like as I started to get to know Dan and Arnold and as we all started talking, that really changed my mental state a lot. You know, and that just really, I think it just made me a happier person. Because I don't know if you guys, like, if you go back and watch our old videos, don't I sound kind of sad to you a little bit? Like, maybe it's just me, and like me knowing what I know about myself, but like, I feel like in those videos, I sound a lot sadder, or like I don't sound as excited as I do now. Voluntary hermit no more. Exactly, right? And so that's sort of how I see it, is that like, I feel like that this was the turning point, at least for me. I don't know if the audience would have picked up on that, like you guys, but for me, I felt different because I was like, oh my God, there are all these people here who like the same stuff that I like, and they don't just like the same stuff that I like, but they also like do the same thing that I do, right? And so I think that meeting Arnold and meeting all of Arnold's friends in the Discord server, and then like Flint of Ruby was there, and Semblance of Sanity, when they were only doing Ruby stuff, they were there, right? And so I just feel like that, like, you know, I had blue hair. I was very edgy, very edgy before. And like now I think that like after this point, I learned a lot from them, like being there and talking with them, but I also just naturally opened up more because I wasn't so sad all the time. I wasn't so sad all the time anymore. Like now, you know, I had all these friends, right? And so, yeah, I think that RTX, like, truly, and I say that, like, 100%, I think that that was, like, the turning point. And, like, acting, too, like, but that's the thing, is that I was a confident actor, and I was a confident singer, and I could go on stage and turn it on in a minute, but even if I was playing a character, in real life, I was sad. So, I think that that's what happened, you know what I mean? Like, the acting definitely helps now, right? You know, I won't deny that. The acting is very important, but the problem, not the problem, but like on my YouTube channel, I was never acting, and so you heard more of myself, and myself was a little sad. So yeah, I just have some pictures of RTX. You guys can see blue-haired Cal, then you can see brown-haired Cal, because I was auditioning for Disney and I dyed my hair. And you're not allowed to have, you know, multicolored hair, so. So yeah, I feel like these are such good memories. You know, and like, my first RTX was like, you know, I don't know, I don't remember a lot, to be honest, because it was all just so overwhelming, and there was like some stuff going on in my life at that time, and so like, you know, some stuff from RTX has just like naturally been blocked out over the years and just like decayed, I guess. But like my second RTX, I have such good memories. Like, I miss everybody so much. I'm so sad that the last like 2 years we haven't been able to go, and I'm just so excited to see everybody. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am to see everyone. Because like, think about the stuff that happened too, right? Like, I don't remember. Actually, no, that's not true. Hold on. I was like, wait, did something come out? It's just because like, we never got to meet Courtier and Eddie, right? Like, when they joined the team, there was no RTX, so we never got to, like, meet them, I guess, as the audience. Does that make sense? Like, they were never on a panel or anything, I don't think, because I don't think that they were working on the show during RTX. I think it was volume 5, and then volume 6, those RTXs would have been in between or something. Anyway, the point is, like, Eddie and Kiersey got added to the team, and like COVID stuff happened, and like they never got to, like, you know, debut and be on that RTX panel with everyone else, right? I don't think so anyway. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that, like, it was something like that. I know Eddie was working on the lore at that time, like he had done the lore book, but I don't think he was officially announced to be a writer at that point, but I could be wrong. I may just not remember. Yes, Miles did walk by Arnold and I at RTX, and I just, like, did not know what he looked like. And the same thing kind of also happened with Eddie. I think, like, Eddie said hi to Arnold because he was, like, working, like, you know, he was, like, in Kruby. I just don't think that he was announced to be a writer yet. And so, like, Eddie, I also think said hi to us at RTX, and he was with his kids. And so it just, like, like, I didn't know he was Eddie. I just thought he was a dad, and, like, maybe his kids watched Arnold, and, like, they were just saying hi or something. So, yeah. And so, yeah, we never got, like, those RTX, like, moments, you know? With RTX 2022, they are trying to do the event in person. As long as it is safe, I would like to attend and I would like to go. Yeah, like, I hope that everything will be okay by then. I'm actually having hope now. It's kind of scary. This is not related to the stream or anything, but I went to get my hair dyed the other day. Clearly, it's so fucking bright. Like, you're not even seeing Neapolitan right now. Like, you're seeing, like, I don't know, like her sister Cherry, like, or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not the Neo hair. It's just so bright right now, which is great because it'll fade and it'll wash out and everything, right? So, I went to the hair salon. Nobody was wearing a mask except for me. And so, I'm just saying, you know, like, I don't know. Like, is the world getting back to normal, or are people just getting too comfortable? I'm not even sure. Like, I'm not even sure anymore. I'm still wearing my mask, so. I don't know. But I hope, like, if that's a good sign, I hope that RTX will be in person, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of places their numbers seem to be getting better. I don't know if our numbers are getting better well enough to justify people not wearing their masks. But anyways, we didn't come here to talk about that. it just occurred to me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if people are being premature, or I don't know if things are getting better. But yeah, I still mask all the time. You will not perceive me. You will not see my mouth. You will not see my face. So after, you guys can see some noticeable improvement. Kind of. These thumbnails, they're not very good, right? Oh, and thank you about the nail polish. I just painted my nails today. I painted my nails for you guys, actually. Like, I painted my nails, like, for the stream. And so this is after RTX, I think, one of them. And so you guys can see, like, there's text on the thumbnail. What's wrong with Oscar? Neo is back. Like, you know, like, very, I don't want to say clickbaity, but, like, we've definitely, like, improved some things. I don't think these thumbnails are very good, to be clear. But, like, there was a concept of actually making a thumbnail instead of back over here when we just use a screenshot from the show, right? Like, you know what I mean? We literally just took a screenshot from the show. Absolutely nothing. Like, no, like, Calxiyn and Hunter, unless we were doing a reaction, no icon or anything signifying that it was our channel. To be honest, I feel like that people clicked on our videos because they thought that we were official Rooster Teeth. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, clearly, like, Arnold or somebody, like, gave me a fucking thumbnail workshop class on how to make one, because these are still screenshots from the show. It's not like I had, like, crazy editing abilities, but, like, effort was put into this. But yeah, I wonder, like, maybe that's where all my views went, guys. Maybe people realized that I wasn't the official Rooster Teeth channel because I started to put text on my thumbnails, but when it was just the screenshot from the show, they didn't know, you know? So yeah. I don't really have a lot to say about this particular era. I think we made some good theories. The Jin thing happened and we were right about Jin. That was such a great moment. Like, that was amazing. Like, I will never forget us guessing that Neo would come back and then guessing that somebody was inside of the lamp and it was the lady in the statue. Like, I will never shut the fuck up about that. That was my moment. I was so happy when that happened. Like, if you guys go back to that reaction, I'm literally like, Hunter, I fucking told you. Because when I was like, the girl from the statue that Lionheart puts the clock in Volume 5, like his stopwatch, that is going to be the girl inside of the lamp. That is going to be the relic. And Hunter was like, LOL, no. And then Jin happened, and I was validated, okay? So what happened over here, you guys are probably wondering? That's a lot of reaction videos. So here's the thing. I don't know if this is true to how my subscribers would have actually seen them, if that makes sense. Just because what I used to do was I would record reactions in bulk, I would upload them, and then I would, like, schedule them, basically. Or I would, like, unlist them and then make them public. So there is, like, a huge chunk of my channel where it looks like all I was doing was reactions. I don't think that that was necessarily the case. I think that's just because of how I uploaded them in YouTube Studio. But there is, like, the reaction era. And that is also because of RTX. Because if you guys know, Semblance of Sanity, they're crazy fucking huge anime reactors now. They were like Ruby tubers. I mean, I would still consider them Ruby tubers, but they just do so much now. I haven't talked to them in a long time. I hope they're doing okay. But like, they were doing reactions. And so I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get me in on, you know, I'm gonna get in on that, right? And so, you know, the reaction chunk, I don't think that's how my subs would have actually seen it, but like, you know, the reaction chunk is a metaphor, you know, it's representative of like stuff going on in that time. I kind of went past just Ruby. I started to do the anime stuff too, because of Semblance of Sanity, of course. And I probably wouldn't have been into anime if I hadn't played like video games like Kingdom Hearts and was a massive weeb because of the online form roleplay situation. So it is all connected. But yeah, these were just like timer-based reactions. The quarantine era. We are kind of like wrapping up the eras now. I don't have as many stories, but this is the quarantine era, or as I would like to call it, Animal Crossing attacks the Calxiyn channel, because there was a lot of Animal Crossing, but there was also Beastars, and I fucking loved Beastars so much, man. Those Beastars reactions, like, I'm so shiny in all of my videos because I don't have like, my camera was not set properly and I had like terrible exposure. Oh yeah, something else that happened? Do you guys notice? Do you guys notice what happened in between this image and this image? Can anybody guess? I'll show you again. This photo and this photo. Other than the onslaught of anime on this channel, what happened? I wonder. I know someone knows. Okay. So while we're waiting for you guys to figure that out, yeah, the Animal Crossing, it happened. But I had so much fun doing that. New office pog. Thank you, Arnold. I would have given them a chance. You know, you already knew that. I would have let them take a shot at it, but yeah. We moved offices and we started to get lighting equipment instead of using 2 pink fuzzy lamps to illuminate me and Hunter's face, which that is how we were recording, right? So yeah, then we didn't have any posters back there at first. Then we put up the posters, like the office slowly, quality control started to increase. That is what I would call this. Like, other than the quarantine era, I moved out of the craft room where all of you guys could see, like, my shit at the background. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys could see all, like, my bullshit, all my arts and crafts bullshit, right? In the back. In the other room that Hunter and I recorded. We moved in here and then we started decorating, right? And like, you know, the exposure in my shiny forehead does remain for a very long period of time, especially during Madoka. During Madoka, my face was very shiny. It is not oil, I promise. It is just incorrect camera usage. And this is, again, thumbnails started happening instead of just literally the show in a tiny little corner over here. You can see the corner got bigger though. Like, you can look at the evolution of the corner, right? Like, if you go back here and look at this Ruby video, the corner on the one at the very end is so tiny, and then slowly the corner gets bigger. The Beastars one is where it really gets bigger, and then we actually make a thumbnail. I just think that's so funny. Like, we start with, here's basically what happened, right? We were like this, then we were like this, then we got a full-size box for the show, and then we actually started making the thumbnails. So this is like, I would call this, again, this is still like in the reaction stuff and everything, and I feel like, again, these videos were not uploaded this way. This is just how, like, YouTube shook them out for some reason, like, in hindsight. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I feel like that this slowly led to the anime videos we make now, because I did all these reactions and they were just reactions, but I think after a while, I wanted to do like something more than just reacting to it, right? And so I think that that's kind of what happened, like with the increase in the thumbnail quality around this time. The thumbnail quality wasn't the only thing I wanted to change, right? So this, I would call this, like, again, I don't know if we've hit our renaissance yet, right? I feel like that's something where I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if we've hit the Calxiyn renaissance. However, what you see before you is, I think, the closest look to what I wanted the channel to be and what I hope it will continue to be, right? I'm running out of water, so I better wrap this up, or else I'm gonna dehydrate. And I'm not gonna leave you guys to go get water because the stream is not that long. So, I think that this is kind of where we finally understand what the fuck we're doing. You know, it's taken an hour and 30 minutes, but like, we finally get it, you know? Like, we have the Shadows House reactions, which aren't just reactions, right? They're also, like, analysis. You have my song cover up there, the third one at the top. Like, Miraculous is the same thing, where it's, like, reaction and analysis. We have the Oscars, which is a collab with a bunch of the Ruby YouTubers. The podcast that Hunter and I have been doing. Theories. We have video essays, right? Like the aerial videos of video essay. We have a Kingdom Hearts theory. We have more like anime like reviews and stuff at the bottom. We have the Ruby Volume 9 sneak peek. Like, I can like look at this and not cringe, you know? Like, I can look at this and be like, this is all great, there's nothing wrong with any of these videos, or at least that I can remember. Like, maybe I'll think of something in a couple of years and I'll be like, yeah, something is so wrong about something. But this is like, and we also got the editor. We got the editor. Noah graciously has given his time. I pay him, to be clear. He's not working for free, but Noah has graciously given his time to make our videos better. And Noah edited the Ariel one for us. And a couple of the other things. So that's the other thing that really changed too, is like I actually got an editor for stuff like, you know, the anti-hauls and the other stuff that I was doing. And I kind of learned how to edit myself as well. So I can like look at this and not cringe. Like I can look at this and be happy with all of what you see before you. And this is what I really hope that the future will have as well. I want to still post my song covers. I will hammer my song covers to you guys, whether or not you actually watch them. You know, like I will force you. They're not moving. I'm not making another singing channel. You will watch them here. You know, or like I'm going to cover anime and the Disney princesses at the same time. I know it's probably not conducive to like big numbers, like Arnold calls something in Genshin when people just want to do damage. He calls it like unga boonga numbers. It means that you're like, you know, all you care about is big damage or something, like you're a caveman player. Arnold says that all the time. So anyway, right? Like, a lot of the channels I see, they have one concept and they do that thing, right? Like you have girlfriend reviews. Should my boyfriend play, or like, should your boyfriend play? And it's should your boyfriend play, you know, should your boyfriend play Kingdom Hearts? Should your boyfriend play Metroid, right? Like all of that sort of stuff. And that's all they do. Or Game Theory has Film Theory. They didn't put that on the same channel. And that was the norm for like a long time, I think. You know, it's like you only have that one thing and you only do that one thing. But HoloLive is what kind of showed me that things don't necessarily need to be that way. Like, I would say that HoloLive is a multimedia or mixed media channel. And the reason why HoloLive works is because the people are there for the talents, not necessarily the games they play. Like, the games that they play definitely help, but like, if you are subscribed to Calliope, it's because you like Calliope. You will watch her play anything, you just want to hang out with her because she's so cool. I hope that I can be as cool as Calliope someday. And the best thing that I hear from you guys too, like honestly, is when you guys tell me, Cal, I have no idea what this anime is. I've actually never seen it. I just want to hear you talk about it. You know, I got so many comments like that for Shadow's House for some reason. Like people who never watched the show, but they were like, I'm watching this because you're making a video about it and now I'm gonna go watch the show because of your video. Like stuff like that, that just makes me like so happy. It makes me so happy to hear people be like, I got into so many anime because you watched them. And I knew that if you liked them and you recommended them that they would be good. Like, you know, to build up my credibility, to have good taste. To have good taste in anime, good taste in life, you know? And so that just makes me really happy. And that's what I hope that we can continue to be, right? I don't want to just be Ruby. And I've had pretty good success with trying to branch out into other things. It doesn't always work, but like with Miraculous, I was able to do it. With Has Been Hotel and stuff. You know, like for some YouTubers, it's really hard to pivot away from Ruby. They were like, people were actually talking about that on Twitter the other day, that it was really hard. But I think, like I've talked about through this entire story, I've just gotten lucky. Like I've just gotten lucky so many times. And it's also hard work, right? You know, I'm not underplaying all the hard work that Hunter and I have done, but it's definitely luck as well. Like we've tried, you know, we've tried to like do stuff strategically to make stuff like, oh, Miraculous is popular, let's cover Miraculous, right? So there's strategy, but it's also luck. You know, there's also luck involved as well. And I know that some people who watch Has Been Hotel, they will never watch any of my other videos. That's the only thing they're there for. But that's, I don't know, like it's just kind of okay with me that that's how it is. And okay, this is kind of funny. It's not funny. It was actually, it hurt my feelings a little bit. Let's talk about the thing that hurt my feelings the other day. So I'm in a Discord server, and I'm not gonna say which Discord server it is, because it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But it's a Ruby Discord server, okay? And somebody in the Ruby server made a point to take a screenshot of my videos and point out that, like, Calxiyn really lives or dies by, like, the content that she posts. Like, look at this. Like, this is bad. And they put, like, a red mark beside my videos with, like, you know, 400 views and 500 views. They put a little red mark. Then they put a yellow mark for the ones that were, like, mid, like 1,000. And then they put a green mark for the miraculous ones, which were doing well. So somebody went to my YouTube channel and marked out, like, hey, Calxiyn does bad sometimes. And I was there. I was in the Discord server and I was like, excuse the fuck me? Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't mad, but I was just like, why are you talking about this? Like, I'm in this photo and I don't like it. And I was like, why? Why would you say that? But, like, I don't think they were saying it to be mean. Like, they said it as if it was an observation. They weren't bullying me. Again, no ill will towards this person or anything. Like, because I was in the server, I replied to them, right? But I was like, why did you do this? Please do not do this. Please do not comment about how, like, you know, this video I posted didn't do well. I already know. You don't need to tell me. Oh, guys, don't say that. It wasn't like that they were, like, stalking my channel or anything. Like, they were just, I don't know. Like, I guess they were just interested in, like, YouTube stuff and, like, how YouTube works. They were making a comment. I don't think that they were being mean, so don't say that. Like, don't say that. But, it hurt my feelings a little. Because I know that that's the reality, you know? And you can even see it here. I'm not hiding it. I know that Odd Taxi, like, didn't do ooga booga numbers or whatever Arnold says. You know, or like B-stars or this or that. Like, you know, I know sometimes, you know, like, I know that it happens. But this is what I want, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, even though it happens, it's what I want. I don't know. And maybe that's not conducive to growth. And maybe that's not good. Maybe that's not a good idea. But, like, you know, I just want to do what I want. And I hope that you guys are along with the ride. But I feel like that is why I've never gotten bored of YouTube. Or, like, some people, like, feel burnt out. Or, like, I don't know. Some people feel very frustrated because their videos aren't getting views and stuff, which I totally understand. And I'm not shaming people for being frustrated, right? Like, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so much better than them because I'm not frustrated. Like, they're frustrated and I'm not. Like, I'm frustrated too sometimes when Hunter and I work on something and it doesn't do well. But I honestly think the reason why I have done this for 10 years, like, this is the big secret, it's because I've just done whatever the fuck I want. And I just pivot, and if you're with me, you're with me. If you're not with me, it's okay. Like, you know, if you subscribed for Minecraft in 2013 and you're still here, you know, that's amazing. But if you subscribed for Minecraft and then you unsubscribed because I started to do Ruby, like, that's okay. It's like, I'm just here to do whatever I want. And I hope that whatever I want is also conducive to entertaining you guys as well, right? Because that's something else. You can't always just do whatever you want, because the whole point of a YouTube video is to speak to somebody, right? It's to entertain other people. So you can't solely make videos for yourself, to be clear. I don't think that that's good advice, because you should make videos that make yourself happy, but you also need to think about what is an entertaining story to tell people. In a way. Like, that's what a YouTube video is. Any YouTube video, any live stream, that's what it is. You're telling a story to people. And so I feel like that I will continue to do whatever I want, but I do think of you guys in mind. And I do think, what is a good story? Like, this video has a story. What is the story of this video? And I guess, here's the other thing. I didn't really start thinking that way until this semester. Like, this semester of school, now that I'm at musical theater school and they're telling us all this stuff about how to be good storytellers. To be perfectly frank and honest, I have never thought about the audience that much. Like, you know what I mean? I thought about you guys. Like, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys support me. But in terms of, like, thinking about you guys in the capacity of what story do I want to tell to the audience, right? Like, I never thought about that. Like, I never thought about that. I just thought, me and Hunter want to do this, so we'll do it. And sometimes that just happened to work. But now, something that I'm really thinking is, like, what would be a good story? What's the story of this video? And I think that that is helping a lot, and I will get there. But I want to read what you guys are saying. Trust me, as someone who's been here since the early days of YouTube, some people take years to get their rhythm. Exactly. And it's great to see you continue looking for improvement. I appreciate that, Dan. You've been a big inspiration to me to finally break out now rather than later. That's good, Dan. I'll support you. Whatever you decide to do, just throw it my way and I will check it out for sure. You've been a solid source of entertainment for me the past decade, so give yourself a pat on the back for that. Thank you, Alex. I wish I had found you back then, since I was getting bored of the YouTube Minecraft scene. I mean, I don't know if I was like innovating the YouTube Minecraft scene, but it was a fun time. I have like so many fond memories of us playing Minecraft till 3 in the morning. Like, those are like the childhood summer memories, even though that's kind of like, I don't want to say that's a lame summer memory, but like, if we weren't outside, we were playing Minecraft. I may need more water. I didn't want to leave you guys, to be honest. But I may need it. I may die. And I'm not done talking yet. I'm not done talking yet, so I think I may need to take a break. I should probably get at least a bit of sleep now. Thank you, Light, for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you still came even though you're sleep deprived. Yeah, I know, all the British people are like, bro, it's so late. I'm happy to be here. I wasn't expecting to enjoy your videos when I first found them as much as I do now. That's so nice. I'm so glad. And so here's what I'm gonna entice you, okay? While I go like get more water, okay? Because I need to keep you guys enticed. I am talking about what I will be doing in the future. Secrets and plans. Okay, big plans, big announcements, so, you know, make sure to, stay. Please don't leave me, I'm not done talking yet. Hold on, let me see. I hope this doesn't do something it's not supposed to. I just need to find the be right back screen. Ah, fuck. No? Can I do it? Yes! Yes, bitch, I did it! Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Pull the Arnold card and leave us for water, exactly. I will be right back, but I just have to, because we're not done yet. We're not even close to done. But please stay, I have secrets. I have big announcements and I have secrets, okay? everyone. We're hydrated. Don't worry. Okay. We're drinking. We're good. Water. We're drinking water. I'm gonna change the music again, because you guys probably listened to this for a while now. All right, this is fun. Oh, the Sora and Smash reveal is how you guys found me. Yeah, some of you guys are saying that, like, you found me through Arnold, but that you found Arnold through me, or, like, the other way around. Oh, boy. Okay, so now, guys, we have finally reached kind of a modern situation. Like, we have reached modern time. There is something that I would like to say about, like, around here, though. I feel like that the second turning point, or like another big turning point, I don't know, we have so many points right now, was the gods in the afterlife, the time travel, the Ruby Fairy Tale Island, and the Fox and Neo shipping video. Because even though we had made theories for a long time, this is really the first one where, because these were recorded after my first school semester, I was thinking about these like in kind of the craft of like writing, if that makes sense. So like something we talk about at school as actors is like, what is the story you want to tell, right? Like, what is the story that your character is telling? What is the point? What is your intention? We call it intention as actors, right? So like my intention is to convince someone of something, or to like make someone do something. Basically, you're not supposed to do things like that because you can't make anybody do something, but you guys know what I mean, right? Like you have an intention for the scene and your scene partner, right? You're trying to woo someone because you love them and you're wooing them or something. And so we've been talking about that in class. And so I remember very like distinctly that those Ruby videos are the first videos where they weren't necessarily scripted. Like they had a script, but they weren't necessarily scripted. They had an intention, right? So when I wrote the concept for the video, I was like, what is the story, like, we're trying to tell, basically? And, like, this is a YouTube tip, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? What are you selling? What are you selling? Exactly. Kind of like how Dan's saying. And, like, YouTubers will tell you this. Like, they'll, like, tell you, like, to do something like this. They don't call it intention. They call it something else. But, like, what is the point of this video? Like, why is the audience watching it, right? What are you trying to do? Accomplish. So I remember, like, when we did like the gods video and the time travel video and like even the fairy tale of Remnant video, I was like, well, here's the story we're telling. Like, this isn't just a video where Hunter and I talk about the theory. I'm actually gonna craft how it would like play out and like the story of this, right? I don't know, like it's kind of different, I guess, just compared to like what we were doing before. Like we would have an idea and we would talk about it unscripted and we would just, you know, we'd shoot the shit. But like, especially the Fox and Neo video, I was like, what is the intention? Like, what is this video? I'm telling you why Fox and Ruby, why Fox and Neo, Fox in Ruby, I guess I should say, like in Ruby the show. Let's start over. I'm telling you why, in the show Ruby, Fox X Neo is the best ship. And you look at that, and you're like, I don't think that Fox and Neo is the best ship. What is she talking about? Who is Fox? Like, you know what I mean? A Ruby fan looks at this thumbnail, and they're like, who the fuck is this man? This is definitely not the best ship in the show. Especially, like, compared to Arcos and Renora and, like, Bumblebee. Like, this is not the best ship. What the fuck is she talking about, right? But then you click on the video, and I convince you why it is the best ship. And that's the story, right? You're unconvinced, you go into this video, and you're like, who the fuck is Fox? And then you listen to the story, and you're like, oh shit, there's something there. You may not think it's the best ship by the end of the video, but you are kind of like, actually, she may be onto something. And that's kind of like what we were doing, I guess, with the other ones too. Like, there's not 4 gods. There are only 2 gods. Where are these other gods coming from? But then it's like, maybe there are other gods. Or like with the fairy tale thing, it's like, what? The fairy tale characters are on the island? Like, how is that even fucking possible? And then Hunter and I tell you the story of how it's possible, right? Like, it's not just that, like that's a very basic way to explain it, but all streams and all content can be a story, right? Like you have people in HoloLive who play like Jump King and stuff like that. And like the story of that stream is not the story of Jump King. It's the story of how like Fauna from HoloLive or Calliope from HoloLive, they struggle and they try to like get good at this game, and then at the very end you're with them to celebrate the victory when they beat the game. The story is not the game. The story is the YouTuber struggling, like the struggle of playing like a very difficult game like that, like Jump King, and then emerging victorious at the very end. And that's the story, like that's the journey. And that's how I started to think about like our YouTube videos in a way. And with our streams, it's kind of like that. Like with Kirby, I couldn't really, you know, with Kirby and like certain things, it's just like, yeah, this is cute. We're just hanging out. And hanging out can also be a story, right? That's why people like fluff fan fiction. You know, like there's no plot, but it's just nice. And so that's sort of how I started seeing everything since I went to school, is like, how is this like a story? And that doesn't mean it's scripted or it means it's fake, but it's just a different way to look at things. Because something that they tell us is that you are not actors, and you are not singers, and you are not YouTubers. They don't say that, but let's just say, you are not dancers, you are not singers, and you are not YouTubers. You are craftsmen or craftswomen. Your job, our job at this school, is to give you the tools to make a good story. What you decide to do with those tools after is up to you. But that is what the school is for. It is not to make you a good singer or a good dancer or a good actor, even though we hope that you will be, because we take 4 different types of dance classes and dance it for like 3 hours every single day. We hope that you'll be good by the time you leave, but you're not here to be a performer. You are here to be a craftsperson and learn how to craft the story and get the tools in your tool belt that you can take anywhere. And when my teacher said that, I finally understood why I was there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the very first semester of school was a little bit rough. Like, I was very much like, I hate this. I have to wake up at 5 in the morning every day and go down there. I don't get this. I don't get any of it. But then during the second term, my teacher said that, and I was like, shit, that's true. Like, that's right. And like everything that I've learned from school now, I do the exact same thing, and then I put it on a YouTube video. And that's what I've been doing as we now move into like the modern age, quote unquote. You know, like that's how I've been thinking of everything now because of what they've taught me. And like, not just that, but like, you know, we have something that we do for like songs and stuff, and we're supposed to assign an intention to each like lyric and you know, stuff like that. And that's kind of like, I don't do it exactly in the same way, because again, Hunter and I, our content's not scripted, but that's sort of how I think of it. Like if I'm writing a script, what is the point of me including this in the script? What is the tone? What is the point? Why am I saying it? What are we doing? Like, why are we here? What are we doing? Why am I saying it? Why is this important? And I just feel like now, like this, what you're seeing right now is like recency. Like it's within like, you know, the past like month-ish or so. Right? And like, there's some like suspicious uploads in there, you know, stuff that didn't do quite well, as that person in the Discord server I talked about earlier would probably point out. Some of this stuff didn't do so well, but like, I feel like there is an improvement, and I feel that improvement, and I do see that improvement too, maybe not in the screenshot I've taken, but like with Twisted Wonderland, my first Twisted Wonderland video, not the one that's in here, like the first one I did was Disney fan plays Twisted Wonderland for the first time, and like, oh, like that's a story that you see, like you're already going into it knowing that there's a story there, that somebody loves Disney and has loved Disney all their life, and now they're playing Twisted Wonderland, which is a game about the Disney villains, right? Like it just kind of makes sense, you know? And so that's how I started thinking, and I was like, okay, the best friend guessed Twisted Wonderland characters. There's a story with that. There's an arc, right? Like with Hunter, we didn't script it. It's not a story in that way. Like Hunter didn't like have a script and read off the script while we were doing it. But like the concept for the video was a story. It's like my best friend who only knows Disney in a vague sense tries to guess what these like anime boys are and like the failures, the successes, the storyteller era. I do like that, Dan. And in my future plans, I will talk about something very similar to that. But yeah, that's just how I sort of see stuff, right? And now the chat is segueing for me again. Like, gotta say, the Cinder rewrite still gives me chills. Like, that is the epitome of just what I want to do, like, so badly. And I'm glad that now it's getting some traction. Like, I have noticed it's definitely spiked. I think it's because of Ice Queendom, maybe. Right? Like, because of Ice Queendom, people are searching up Ruby and they're finding it. Like, it's actually, like, it's gone up, like, I think this screenshot is recent. It has, like, 5K, which is pretty good, like, considering, like, it's the dead of the Ruby hiatus. And it's a 40-minute video. Like, it's actually doing relatively, like, well all of a sudden. And I hope that when Ruby Volume 9 comes out, it kind of, like, resurfaces in some way. You know, reanimates, like, a little zombie, right? But, like, I love that Cinder video. Like, that Cinder video is everything. Like, that's all I want to do forever is Cinder videos like that. And Raijin just did such a good job with the editing, and it just made me, like, so emotional to see it. And I was like, I can actually, like, write a story now. Like, I'm not like, guys, I can write a story better than Kruby now. Like, and it's not like that at all. But it's like, people are actually interested in hearing my stories. Not just hearing me and Hunter talk about the show, but like our stories, you know? And that's a very different thing, right? It's not just our reactions, it's also our stories too. Like the stories that we want to tell about the show that they already like. And so I just feel like that was like so validating for me. And I love that Cinder video. I have so many more ideas. For videos, it's just, that's one of those things where I'm not gonna guilt my 18 viewers into becoming patrons. Or however many, 20, 18, it's in the finder. I'm not gonna, like, you know, but that is something that would need some Patreon funding, not gonna lie. So I think that that's definitely like something that we're in the storyteller era, but we're in the broke storyteller era. Like, you know, we're kind of at the point where, like, I've expended all of my money. I've expended all of my money trying things that I would really like to do and continue to do. But, I'm broke now, so. My plan is basically, when Ruby Volume 9 comes out, I know that, like, first of all, it's gonna be super busy, so I don't know if the rewrite thing is gonna necessarily work out, but I do know that when Ruby Volume 9 comes out, cash will rain. And I'm not saying that in terms of, like, that I'm gonna be rolling in the money or anything, but, like, you know, big projects like that do take money. So, I would really like to be able to kind of fundraise that money. Starving artist starting artist era. Yeah, exactly. And so, like, you know, I would really like to, like, make a rewrite every month or something. And so what I'm hoping to do, and I guess this is getting into future plans, hopefully Raijin will not be too busy because we're all gonna be so fucking busy when Ruby comes out again. But, like, basically what I'm thinking, maybe when Ice Queendom comes out or something, we, like, make another rewrite when Ice Queendom is, like, trending, and then, like, they slowly can start standing on their own without, like, Ruby traction, if that makes sense. Like, we start posting rewrites as Ruby is airing, and then they get attention because Ruby's airing, and then people continue. And they, like, continue with us, you know? If that makes sense. They continue, like, carrying with us into the next hiatus. Yeah, poor Raijin. Raijin's sitting here like, oh no, not again. But I have some simpler ideas that hopefully, I want to talk about why Monochrome should have happened instead of Bumblebee, so, I'll just say it. So now that we're here, let's talk about it, okay? This is the big surprises, the big announcements that you've all been waiting for, so I have to get the dramatic music up again. I don't think that this dramatic music is the one I want. Hold on. The other dramatic music. No, this is sad. I want like Queen music. Like I'm, you know, taking over the world era. Where's my taking over the world music, ma'am? I think this was the same thing I had before. Okay, I can deal with this. This sounds dramatic enough for what I'm about to do. Oh boy, okay. So the future slide. We're wrapping it up here. You can see the Cinder backstory, the brand new Ruby shipping video. The brand new, it's not brand new. I just changed the thumbnail. What am I talking about? Twisted Wonderland, you know, Mickey situations. Mickey situations, epic Mickey situations. So this is the perceivable future, if that makes sense. This is like within the next year or so, I'm basically thinking. The next little bit, I guess, until Ruby comes back. Because, like, when Ruby comes back, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, you know what I mean? Like, but here's the plan. I want to make more rewrites. I want to make more videos like the Fox and Neo shipping video. Like, not exactly like that, but more theories, more rewrites about more than just Ruby 2. Like, I really want to do a Twisted Wonderland theory. I think I have it. Like, I have solved it. This game has been out in Japan for 2 years, but I have solved Twisted Wonderland, okay? You know, I don't even need to see what they have on the Japanese servers because I've clearly solved the plot with only, you know, half of what the other audience has, but clearly I've solved it, so that's what I'm sort of thinking about, you know. For Twisted Wonderland, I have some theories. And I don't see anybody in the Twisted Wonderland theory market right now, so I'm hoping it would do well, in theory. No pun intended. And then the streams, right? You guys have seen, if you guys, I played Epic Mickey that one time. I've been playing Kirby. I did unpacking. I'm still planning on doing that stuff. I do go back to school next week. This stream sort of doubles. Like, we're talking about like our 10-year anniversary stuff. But also, this is like my last hurrah before I have to go back to school next week. I have to go back to school, and school's gonna be a whole thing, and it's gonna, you know. And so, like, my activity is gonna be kind of questionable. Like, I don't think that you guys have really noticed my activity dwindling because I plan so well that something is always going up. I don't think I have gone a week without posting anything in like a long time. Like an entire week? I don't think so. Like, find it. Go ahead. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe like more in the 2015 era, right? Like before Hunter and I started doing Ruby. But I think since I've started doing Ruby, I've never taken like a whole week. At least not 2 weeks. I don't think that that has ever happened. So, I don't know, but I'm just saying. So I don't think you guys have really noticed that school has been a bit of a hindrance, but, you know, school will be. I've had the month off, so I've been able to do more, but, you know, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. Everything's okay. So, in terms of, like, you know, the anime situations, like, you know, the theories, the rewrites I would really like to do. I do want to keep streaming, like, on Calxiyn, like the Kirby and unpacking and, like, the more relaxing games, you know, the games that I wouldn't necessarily, like, react to. But if you guys follow me on Twitch, you will see that I have started playing Nier Automata, and my plan with that is basically to upload that on YouTube as a reaction highlight. So reacting to, like, the cutscenes of the game. So, you know, I don't know what I can say. I mean, I just started. There's probably not spoilers. Like, you know, me reacting to those 2 shirtless men that are like, hey, we killed our alien people, so now, like, we're in charge. Anyway, like, stuff like that, like the Nier Automata. That's very early in the game. I don't think it's a spoiler, but yeah. I'm still very early in the game. So yeah, like I'm playing Nier and I'm playing Twisted Wonderland, obviously, and editing that to YouTube as a reaction highlight. But I am playing Nier, and I'm kind of hoping that that'll be the vibe for a little bit, is like reaction highlights to these games versus shows, just because there's no show that's like grabbing me at the moment, to be perfectly honest. So I kind of want to do like basically what we do for Ruby, but like for video games and stuff. And I've done that before. I mean, you guys just heard the whole history lesson of how much I've done that, of like doing gaming stuff. So I do want to do like more gaming stuff and reacting to the gaming stuff. So basically I'm going to stream anything with my face on Twitch. Usually this is the exception. And then anything with the VTuber model will be here. So the more casual, you know, playing Epic Mickey or playing Nintendogs or something, like, you know, like all of that stuff. So That's kind of the plan for the next little while, is to like focus on the gaming stuff and then just do our regular like RWBY stuff, like our theories and things like that. But as I alluded to earlier, okay, my creativity is not finished yet. And I do have a couple of unique things that I think you guys will enjoy in the future, because I'm always trying, like, I don't want us to get stagnant. I don't want you guys to ever be like, here, oh my God, Cal posted another theory. Like, why can't she post anything else, you know? So, something I have done. Please be excited. Dramatic suspense. I have recorded 2 videos with my mom. And my mom has never been on the Calxiyn channel before, except for that one time that she reacted to Yoda fighting Mickey. But like, that really wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, she just happened to be there. Like, that wasn't an official. My mom is going to be making her official debut in the future. And she is going to be guessing RWBY characters. So that means she is going to look at RWBY and be like, oh, this girl, she looks like Rapunzel. Even though RWBY looks absolutely nothing like Rapunzel. So anyway, that is something I recorded with my mom, is that she is guessing RWBY characters, the fairy tales that they're from, the personalities that they have. Mom Axon makes the No! Oh my God, that's so bad. That's so funny though. So yeah, so my mom is gonna be recording, she already recorded. I need to edit it. That's basically what I have to do. What am I talking about? My mom recorded videos with me, and I think you guys are really gonna like them because, again, there's kind of a story there. I'm a RWBY tuber. My mom, obviously, she knows what I do, right? Like, she's not, like, totally, like, you know, she's not totally oblivious. However, right, she doesn't know a lot about RWBY. She doesn't know a lot about anime or anything. And so this is probably gonna be a lot of fun. It's probably gonna be a lot of fun for her to see RWBY characters for the first time and like try to guess like who they are and like what they're all about. And so that's a really fun one. And then we did the same thing for Twisted Wonderland. So we're doing it for those ones. So like, you know, I have some spicy ideas for things that aren't just like, oh, Cal posted another theory with Hunter, you know? And if the video with my mom does well, I am thinking that maybe we could react to RWBY together. But in exchange, my mom has a very specific condition. For her to react to RWBY, she requires me to react to an equal amount of Marvel or Star Wars. And so it is possible, it is very possible. This probably wouldn't happen while I'm doing school because, like, I don't even want to think about, you know, editing a Star Wars reaction while I'm at school, you know, doing school. But in the future, say in the summer, it is quite possible that if the RWBY video with my mom does well, there will be my mom reacting to RWBY for the first time. And that would be nice for me too, because I have not rewatched RWBY in a while, to be honest. So I would really like to rewatch it with her and see her perspective and like what she thinks about certain things. I think that could be fun. And so if make sure the video with my mom does well, guys. Okay? But yeah. So again, just little spicy things like that. I mean, Arnold is also going to be in a collab with us. We're doing a Genshin guessing video, not with my mom, with me and Hunter. Lots of guessing videos. I'm not trying to make that like the new thing, but like, you know, I do like the guessing. I do really like them. So, you know, I'm using this as an example to show you guys that we're always finding new ways or like different ways to do stuff. You know, I think it would be really fun for my mom to react to RWBY. But now, for the big announcements, kind of. This isn't it yet, but yeah, like this is just, I made a little slide about like what I'm doing, you know, like what I would like to do. More collabs with the RWBY tubers. I really want to do the RWBY community interviews again. I would really like to do them. Probably again, something that I wouldn't do like during school, just because like school's so busy and stuff. But like, I miss talking to the RWBY tubers. Like, I did it that one time and then I just never did them again. Like, you know, like I would really like to do interviews with like Dan and Raijin and like Riga, like from You All Right and stuff. And so I would really like to collab with the RWBY tubers, not even on just like the community interviews, but then also like a theory, if we both have a theory, or if we both have a rewrite. Like, I would love to do something like that where we both make a rewrite or both have the same idea. And obviously you can't force that, like that's something that happens naturally, but I do want to put it out. I guess the call to action is like, if you think that I would have the same idea as you, I'd love to do like something like that, right? The more rewrites, and then the song cover, the podcast, that is attached to a Patreon goal. And it has always been attached to a Patreon goal. So when Ruby comes back, the Patreon goals will be reached. Like, it just will be. Like, it'll just happen unless everybody goes away. Unless everybody disappears. Like, I know for a fact that when Ruby Volume 9 comes out, like, the goals will come back. And so I think that that'll really be the Calxiyn Renaissance when Ruby Volume 9 comes back and we actually get the money to do the podcast and the song covers and the tabletop RPG possibly and all of that fun stuff. Guys, we're going back to the Formwars role-playing days. That's why I brought up the role-playing stuff, because somebody said in the Cinder video, they were like, Cal, you tell such good stories. I would love to see you host a TTRPG. And I was like, you know, I would love to. That sounds like a lot of work though, so I probably couldn't do school and do that at the same time. It would probably have to be like, you know, post-school, or if I am able to be a YouTuber full-time possibly, or something, like, you know, after school is done. But yes. And now, for the big reveal, as I say dramatically, as the music cuts out, and now it comes back. I wonder, what could that be in the corner there? So mysterious, so blurry. I blurred it. That was on purpose, because it's a secret, of course. I wonder what that could be. Made by Keith Montalvo, the very famous Ruby Twitter artist man. I wonder, but I don't know. What do you guys think it is? I'll ask you. And that's not even the biggest surprise of this part, but it is the surprise that I'm letting you know now. There's more surprise. Oh yes. The Calxiyn redesign era is coming, and Keith is doing the sketch for my VTuber model. He's not doing the live 2D, but he is doing the reference sheet for my VTuber model. I will be upgrading from the Calxiyn one. So, the 3D, like, Vroid Calxiyn model I have, I will be upgrading, and Keith is doing the concept art for it. And so even though she's very blurry, you can see that she is definitely a princess. She definitely has curly spiral hair. And she definitely looks a little bit like me. And one of you actually figured that out before Keith even said anything. Somebody, Winter Schnee on Twitter, said, I'm sure Calxiyn approves of this very cheekily. And I was like, Winter, how the fuck did you know? I haven't told anyone. And Winter said, Cal, that looks exactly like you. You're not fooling anyone. And that is what happened. And so with that, that is the big, like, one of the big announcements that I have for this stream. Is that I am getting a live 2D model. I have saved up. I keep talking about how I'm broke. This is kind of why we're broke, is because the live 2D model is happening. But there are more surprises with the live 2D model that I have not yet revealed to you guys yet. That maybe if you go to Keith's Twitter and find the post where he posted this, you may be able to start piecing together the lore of this model. Because Keith did not just post this photo of the blurry blonde-haired girl. He also posted a photo of somebody else, of a different character. And maybe you can start guessing what is happening with this. And I would be very entertained. And so I say this, and this is like the big announcement, because this is really the story. Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps. This is the storyteller era. Because VTubers have lore, and lore is not the most important part of being a VTuber. I think a lot of people know that, right? You know, but as someone who has been very interested in storytelling recently and telling stories, I have written lore for this character. And the lore for this character, I think, is very unique compared to like some of the stuff that is out there like right now, I guess, for different VTuber models. And so even though this is just going to be me streaming, like it is still going to be me, it is just going to be my new persona, like the Calxiyn one I already have. There is going to be a story, there is going to be lore, there's kind of going to be like character things going on, basically. It's going to be me, but there's also going to be a story element to this VTuber model, and there's going to be a character arc and like story and stuff that I have already planned out. So it's nice to see you giddy for what you've got planned. I'm glad, especially because like I know that not all of you guys are into VTubers like I am. Like I know not all of you watch HoloLive or watch like VTubers and stuff, especially my more like RubyTuber people, you know, but it's gonna be fun, I think it's gonna be fun. So yeah, like I have made, like there's a whole thing. I would love for you guys to start guessing what that whole thing could be, but here's what I'll tell you. Both of the photos that Keith posted are my commission. That is the only thing that you will get to know, that both of the photos of this character as well as the corresponding character that was also posted on Keith's tweet, they are both commissioned by me. So they are both my characters. But does that mean they're both mine? I don't know. Are they? Is one of them for Hunter? Or are they both mine? We'll never know. Unless we will. We will know. Eventually we will know. I haven't given you guys the answer, by the way. It's not, I'm not gonna say that it's not for Hunter because that would be confirmation, but I haven't said why there are two of them. So, secrets. So yeah, that's basically it for this stream. I'm gonna retweet what I think it is. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to guess. And so this has been everyone. I wish that I made another slide where I had the third Calxiyn, like the blurry Calxiyn with all the other ones. That would have been so good because then it's like, you know, the next Calxiyn era. I should have done that. Thank you, Nelson B, for the super chat. Happy 10th anniversary. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful for all you guys for sticking around for me this long, you know, like in both. How do I explain this? I'm glad you guys have stuck around with me this long as both viewers, as in the stream. Like I'm talking about the stream. Thank you for staying with me the past 2 hours as I talk about myself. And then thank you also for just being here for so long. Oh, I wrote something. Oh my God, I said something. Hold on. I had something. Okay, well, the PowerPoint, it's okay. We can finish the PowerPoint. I wrote something down that I thought of this morning. And so I want to say it. Okay. Please don't cry. I might cry, but please don't cry. So Eddie Revis retweeted something the other day. And what he retweeted made me think a lot. And so I'm gonna share what he retweeted. It's a Tumblr post. I think a lot about how we as a culture have turned forever into the only acceptable definition of success. Like if you open a coffee shop and run it for a while and it makes you happy, but then stuff gets too expensive and stressful and you want to do something else so you close it, it's a failed business. If you write a book or two, then decide you don't actually want to keep doing that, you are a failed writer. If you marry someone and that marriage is good for a while, then it stops working and you get divorced, it's a failed marriage. The only acceptable win condition is that you keep doing that thing forever. A friendship that lasts for a few years, but then when its time is done, you move on, is considered less valuable or not a real friendship. A hobby that you do for a while and then are done with is a phase, or alternatively, a pity that you didn't keep doing that thing anymore. A fandom is dying because people have had a lot of fun with the thing, but are now moving on to other things. I just think that something can be good and also end. And that thing was still good. It's okay to be sad that it ended, too, but the idea that anything is automatically less than this hypothetical, eternal state of success, I don't think is doing us any good at all. So, that is something that Eddie retweeted. Somebody posted this Tumblr post on Twitter, and Eddie retweeted it. And I was thinking about that a lot because I have done this for a decade. And I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere, so please do not panic, right? But I was thinking, and I was like, you know, I've been doing this for a decade, but that doesn't mean that I'll always do it. And I don't think that I will have any regrets about doing it, right? I don't think that I will ever look back and be like, wow, I wasted 10 years of my life, half of my life, right? I'm 22 years old, so it's almost half of my life I have been doing YouTube and making YouTube videos, and I have not stopped. I do not think that there will ever be a moment, at least not that I can foresee, unless something like really drastic happens and like changes and I just have a terrible experience, I don't know. But like, I don't foresee that there will ever be a circumstance where I'm like, wow, this was a waste of time. Like, I have been seen by more people than I would have ever been seen without the internet. You know, like, I have probably been heard by more people than like historical queens. You know what I mean? Like, before the internet and stuff, like the reach that we have now, like, I don't know if this is necessarily true, but like even the most powerful people in society, like 500 years ago, let's just say, I don't think that they even had the reach that we do now, right? Like with the internet and stuff. They didn't have as big of an audience as some of us are able to have. Right? Like in the 100,000s and in the millions, like for 1 million people to sit and like watch you and everything. And so I just think that like we're so incredibly lucky. You know, I joke around sometimes and I'm like, guys, don't perceive me. I don't want to be perceived. But like I have been perceived 14 million times. That's what my YouTube analytics say. I don't know if that's 14 million people, obviously, because some people are repeat viewers, but I have 14 million views on my channel, and if all of those people were people, like one individual person, that'd be literally insane. But if even a quarter or like less, like even if 1% of 14 million is a unique individual person, that is more reach that I have gotten, I think, compared to like, you know, for some other people to be heard in their entire lives, if that makes sense. And in people's entire past lives, you know? And so I don't think that there will ever be a time where I'm like, that was a waste. Because there's no other way that I would have reached so many people, that I would have made so many friends, that I would have met Arnold, right? Like even Hunter and I, to some extent, even though we met through school, that is the glue that has kept us together, is like doing this together. I'm sure we still would have been friends, but like we've bonded over this. This has been something that like we both did to like together, right? And so it's insane to think about like how many people have watched you, how many people are watching me right now. And so, yeah, like, you know, and even if I don't do ooga booga 3 million views again on a single video, I don't think that'll matter, because it's really like the community aspect and like the fact that I look at people and I'm like, oh my God, I know who Nelson is. I don't know you, right? I don't want to get all parasocial because I don't know some of you guys, but I know you. I recognize your profile pictures and your usernames, and I can see who's coming back and who has been around for the past couple of years and who has been a patron for the past 3 years. Like Faded has been a patron for 3 years, and like I see all of that. And so it's like, even though I don't know any of you guys personally, because again, don't want to get all parasocial, I don't want to do like, you know, I don't want to facilitate like something that's you know, that's not true, because I don't know you, but I do know of you guys, I guess. And like I recognize, there's recognition, you know, basically. There's recognition that I see you guys, and I kind of like, oh, this person, I know that they like Cinder a lot. Like I know Faded, again, Faded, who has been my patron for 3 years, they really like Cinder and they really like Persona, and they asked me to do that Persona video where I sort the Ruby characters into the Arcana. Like I just kind of randomly know these things. So it's not like I know you guys, but I just remember things sometimes. Like little things. And yeah, I just hope that I've been able to make like a positive impact on some of you guys' lives in a little way. You know? Like a positive impact even in a small way, right? Like, I hope I've inspired somebody to be like creative or to be, I don't know, to like go out and find friends maybe. Maybe somebody saw my RTX video and they were like, I'm gonna get over my fear of flying. I'm gonna like fly somewhere. I'm gonna go somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I hope that maybe like something like that could happen, or somebody saw my Cinder rewrite and it inspired them to write again, or they see my Fox and Neo fan fiction and they decide to start drawing because of that. Like I just hope that I've been able to make a small positive impact on people. And even if basically, this is what I'm getting with the thing that Eddie retweeted. Even if, I don't want to get emotional, but even if you guys forget me, that impact that I left on you will probably still be there. Like if you start drawing because of Fox and Neo or something, and you go to art school, let's just pretend, and you become an artist and you work on a show, I'm not going to be so narcissistic to be like, I did that because you would have done that. But I would have been a butterfly in the butterfly effect to be part of that. And so I just hope that I've been able to do something like that, you know, something like that for you guys, where you guys decide to do something and I could have been a small part in doing that. Or just like, you know, that you had a hard day and you felt better because you saw me and Hunter there, you know, just like little things like that. You may not remember me in 40 years. You probably won't remember the random Ruby videos that you watched on the internet, but I hope that somehow we made some sort of butterfly effect on you guys' lives, and that little piece will always still be with you guys, that you got into something, that maybe you found, like, I don't know, you found love because of, like, so many people find love because of Ruby, right? Even after Ruby is over, like, people will have still gotten married because of Ruby, right? Like, couples propose at RTX and they get married, and they found each other through Ruby groups and stuff. Like, even after Ruby is over, Ruby was part of people's lives like that. And I think that that's true of, like, everyone in some way, and I hope that that can be true of Hunter and I as well. And so, yeah, that's basically, what I was thinking. That's basically what I wrote down, is that a lot of us, we want to try to make these situations permanent. You know, I wish that Spider Riders was still up after 10 years. Still wish Spider Riders was online, but, you know, just because it's over doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And if one day I do decide to stop doing this, it will never have been a waste of time. That is just what I'm sort of resolving to think and say. It will have never been a waste. It'll have been like an amazing experience that I would have never been able to do if not for everything that I talked about in this stream. If not for Minecraft, if not for my uncle having Kingdom Hearts that one day and me finding the Kingdom Hearts form and all of the stuff that we've already like talked about, right? Without all those little butterfly effects, I wouldn't be here with you guys. Without that boy complimenting my Kingdom Hearts backpack, I would have never met Hunter and we would have never been here. And so I just think that sometimes things just happen for a reason. That like there may be chaos and like randomness to it all, but like we make sense of that randomness and we decide what we want to take from it. So, you know, getting into Kingdom Hearts as a child because of my uncle, and then that boy complimenting my backpack and that leading me to meet Hunter is all just random chaos, but, you know, we found like something was in there. That's the butterfly effect of that. And so I'm just really glad. I'm just glad for you guys, and I hope that we're able to do that. I like to think that we're like birds that make routine visits to the yard. Yes, birds, not raccoons. I would love to tell you guys a story about the raccoon that broke into our house the other day. And my mom's so mad about the raccoon that broke in. But I think that we're gonna end it here because I'm actually going to spend some time with Arnold tonight. We are going to watch a musical or listen to a podcast musical together. And so I think that that is where I will end off. But I'm just very glad for, like, thank you, Dan, for saying that I have changed you guys, no question. I'm eternally grateful for knowing you. I am for you too, Alex. I'm really glad that you were here for this stream, because, like, Alex is OG. Like Alex is, like, the O-ist of Gs. You know what I mean? There's nobody on this earth, on this earth, there's nobody in this stream that knows me longer than Alex has. Like, Alex and Al and all of the Four Moors Punchwood people, it's amazing that they're still here too. And I think about that all the time. You know, the fact that like all of these people that I met on a forum, on a Minecraft forum, like Al is one of the people from the Minecraft forum and he still moderates my Discord server. Like he's still around. Like he's just kind of always been there, and he likes Ruby too, and it's a whole thing. And so I'm just so grateful too for that. Like the fact that like, you know, all of these people, like there are still people from KHV that pledged to my Patreon. There are still people on like that I knew from Punchwood that are still in my Discord server. Like even though we've all grown apart and we don't have 4 Moors anymore, like 4 Moors is still that good thing that happened. So yeah, a decade of friendship, exactly. So I'm glad that all you guys could make it. I hope that this stream was nice. It was very last minute. I made the PowerPoint this morning. I made my little speeches and all the stories that I wanted to tell. I wrote them all down at 7 in the morning because I forgot about my anniversary, but I think we did a good job, so. And don't worry, when it's Hunter and I's anniversary in 2026, Hunter and I will react to like a bunch of our old videos. That's what we promised, is that in 2026, when it is a decade of Hunter and I's friendship and Hunter's inclusion on the channel, we will like go down memory lane again, and like, but our memory lane, you know, and react to our stuff. So hopefully Hunter is not like a teacher and like mortified at the fact that she ever recorded these videos with me by 2026. So in a couple of years, we'll get the Hunter and Calxiyn era. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you everybody for coming to the stream. Thank you so much for the super chats, by the way, Nelson. And if you missed any part of the stream, don't worry, it will be archived. You can watch it. You can watch it as much as you want. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys. Bye.